We are the fourth. We are Arizona.
Welcome to the Green Series, brought to you by APS, the official power partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, it's sweltering outside, but fans making their way into air-conditioned Chase Field, where this weekend it's the Arizona Diamondbacks against the Chicago Cubs. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg Schulte along with Mark Grace. Happy to have you aboard for D-backs baseball. Boy, a home sweet home for the Diamondbacks, Gracie, especially over the last 8.
Yeah, especially offensively. And we've been waiting for this team to bust out offensively all year, folks. And boy, have they ever on this homestand. And what's happened is a lot of guys have gotten hot at the same time. You can start scoring some runs and really pile them on, Greg, when you get 5, 6 guys rolling at the same time. Nobody been hotter than Aaron Hill, but boy, offense sure is a lot of fun to watch.
Let's take you through a couple of sequences of the recent series with Seattle where the Mariners walked Aaron Hill, the hot-hitting Aaron Hill, to get to the Diamondbacks' number 3 hitter, Justin Upton.
Yeah, and anytime you're a star in this game, you just don't expect anybody to be walked in front of you. Well, the Seattle Mariners did it because Aaron Hill was so hot, and it worked out the first time. They walked Aaron Hill, and then Justin Upton ended up striking out, and unfortunately, the Boo Birds showed up after that. But what happened the very next day, Greg, is they decided to do the same thing. We're going to pitch around this really hot Aaron Hill. Well, guess what? I got the green light 3-0, and I hit a 3-run home run. All of a sudden, the Boo Birds, they seemed to flock away after that. They were cheering.
So the Diamondbacks and the Chicago Cubs, it'll be Joe Saunders against Jeff Samardzija, the former Notre Dame standout, not only in baseball but in football. Joe Saunders will get the call for the Diamondbacks. Mark McClure will be back to take a look at Joe Saunders. Diamondbacks and Cubs coming up. Stay with us.
Here on the field is Joe Saunders, tonight's scheduled starting pitcher, just made his way in from the bullpen. He has gone into the Diamondbacks clubhouse, and Josh Colmenter just sprinted out of the clubhouse down to the Diamondbacks bullpen, and he will make the start tonight for Kirk Gibson's club. Again, some late breaking news. This just happened moments ago. Josh Colmenter, of course, started the season in the Diamondbacks rotation. 0-2 on the season with a 5.58 ERA, but has been very impressive out of the bullpen. 7 of his last 9 relief appearances, he has not surrendered a run. Again, Josh Colmenter will make the start tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks. When we have word of what the issue was, what the injury was with Joe Saunders, we will let you know here. But first pitch is coming up. Greg Schulte, Mark Grace have the call, and it's next.
APS, the official power partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. By Jack in the Box. Brought to you in part by APS, the official power partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. By Jack in the Box. Right now, Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And by Chevrolet. Who's your everyday hero? Nominate an everyday hero at valleychevy.com or at facebook.com/valleychevy. Well, back here at Chase Field, Diamondbacks and Cubs getting set to kick off 3. And breaking news, Josh Colmenter instead of Joe Saunders starting tonight's ball game. And word we received from the Diamondbacks clubhouse, their dugout, Joe just simply could not get loose warming up out there. That happens sometimes, Gracie. It doesn't happen too often, but Joe Saunders scratched into Josh Colmenter. We'll get the ball for the Diamondbacks here tonight.
Yeah, you hate to hear anything like that come out of one of your starting pitchers, especially one of your pitchers that's been awfully consistent this year. But that's one of the reasons you have Josh Colmenter on this staff, for reasons just like that, Greg. He is a spot starter. Tonight, he's an emergency starter.
Yeah, he's been very good for the Diamondbacks in these type roles before in his history. Let's take a look at our Arizona Ford Diamondbacks starting pitcher. We saw Josh Colmenter, so now let's take a look at the manager there, who's kind of hidden. Del Swaim. The Cubs batting order. Reed Johnson will lead it off. Been a good leadoff man. Starling Castro. Young phenom at shortstop, Alfonso Soriano. The first baseman tonight is Jeff Baker at first base. Giovanni Soto, Darwin Barney, Joe Mather, Luis Valbuena, and Jeff Samardzija. So that's the Chicago Cubs lineup here this evening. There's Kirk Gibson. So Gibby knows he hasn't got his long man tonight out in the bullpen because he's on the mound to start the ball game for the Diamondbacks.
Well, Josh Colementer's certainly no stranger to starting, and as you said, he's been throwing the ball awfully well. Now you just have to wonder, has he had enough time to prepare mentally for this situation? We all know he's physically able to go out there and do anything the Diamondbacks need, but now I think he just found out he was starting about 15 minutes ago, so let's see what happens. An interesting start to the evening, certainly.
Yeah, it's a little different routine for a pitcher than a hitter when a hitter all of a sudden is inserted into the lineup. I mean, you're just kind of free and easy. Pitcher's got a lot of things he has to do to prepare for a ball game.
That's exactly right, but here we go.
Let's have some fun. Diamondbacks and the Cubs. Reed Johnson leading things off, right-handed batter. The first pitch sails outside. We're underway here on a Friday night with a good-sized crowd gathered.
Reed Johnson been a hot hitter, hasn't he, Greg?
He's been red hot, especially in this leadoff spot. Comes in hitting with a .293 average, 2 home runs, 11 runs batted, and he can run a little bit too. So he gives Del Swaim some speed there at the top of the order, and that one miss outside 2-0. Johnson's hit at a .360 clip over his last 30 games. There's Del Swaim, Valley resident, and a good baseball man.
Very good man, period.
And that's a strike. Gary Darling is our home plate umpire here tonight. Let's take a look at the differentials here. You see, as a starter in 4 games, the high ERA, but he's been excellent out of the bullpen. And a third of an inning more. And he's given the Diamondbacks some needed innings out of that bullpen. And there's a bunt dumped down the third base line, and Ryan Roberts just going to have to eat it. So a bunt single to start the night for Reed Johnson.
Well, one part of a successful bunt is when it's unexpected. On a 2-1 count, it was certainly unexpected. That is a thing of beauty. He saw Ryan Roberts back near the grass, and he just said, heck with it. If you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it. And all Roberts can do is just stick it in his pocket. A good start here for the Chicago Cubs.
And arguably their best hitter, Starlin Castro at the plate, a .302 average. And this kid's only 22 years old. He's got a lot of the game to learn yet, but he's accomplished quite a bit in a very short time.
How about a .302 average, but a .315 on base percentage? This guy's tough to walk.
He is tough to walk. Last time he walked a total of 30. Last year, 35 times. 2010, 29. Doesn't walk much. And tough to get long counts on him. So just underway here, and a bunch single by Reed Johnson to start the night for the Cubs. That's fouled out of play. Castro on the season, Gracie, has walked 6 times while he's struck out 51. So that on-base percentage has been done with the base hits.
He can hit. There is no question. This youngster, one of the more exciting players in the game. And sometimes he's a little too exciting for Dale Swain, his manager.
Throw to first. He's played in every Cubs game, this being number 71.
And he's one of those guys that, he still makes a lot of youthful mistakes.
Like forgetting there were
famously up there in San Francisco, forgetting how many outs there are. And, that happens.
Samardzija, by the way, was a pitcher in that ball game.
Yeah, it happens, and you just don't want it to happen to your team.
1 ball, 1 strike. Coleman to the plate. Castro hits one in the air, fouled on the right field line, up to the long run, but he won't get there. It goes back into the seats and out of play a couple of rows. And the count now 1-2. On deck, Alfonso Soriano, who's made a habit out of hitting the long ball against the Diamondbacks. He had 5 home runs against Arizona last year.
Has he ever?
Of course, we remember that one he hit in 01.
Yeah. I remember that one distinctly off Kurt Schilling.
Yeah. Fortunately, it didn't.
Yeah, we had a little something. We had a little something for him.
Had a little answer. Had a little answer. Outfield kind of shifts around a little bit toward right. You can see Young there toward the top of the screen. There he is. I'm going to give him some room out in left center field. Just underway here, and again an emergency start for Josh Coleman. Joe Saunders just could not get loose in the bullpen. So Coleman called upon here, and then throw to first, and the runner gets back. Diamondbacks pitchers, Gracie, have done an absolutely terrific job of holding the ball throwing over to first base and just trying to limit that running game. This club can run 52 stolen bases. That's the 4th most steals in the National League.
Now, one thing certainly Kirk Gibson and his staff, along with Charles Nagy, it was vital that you hold runners on well. You have to shut down the running game if you're going to pitch for Kirk Gibson.
There's Charles Nagy. Right next to EY, Eric Young. So 2-2 count on Starlin Castro, and this is kind of a deep count for him.
Good point.
Middle infield of Bloomquist and Hill. There's a swing and a miss up over the top. Castro didn't get it. Strikeout for Coleman, 1 down.
Gorgeous change up there from Coleman, 1 down.
Let's take a look at that Diamondback defense. KUBEL, Young, and Upton, left to right of the outfield. The infield, Goldschmidt at first, Hill at second. Roberts at third baseman with Bloomquist at short and Montero. And now Saunders being substituted. Josh Coleman. So Joe out of there again. Unable to start tonight. Here is Soriano. He loves the low ball. He's almost Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah, he uses a big, long bat with that closed stance. You don't see many closed stances like his anymore.
A big swing and a miss here. Strike 1.
That's what you have to do with Soriano. You got to stay right in on his belly button with that fastball. Try not to let him get extended.
Now, Soriano did not hit his first home run until May 15th. He's got 13.
My goodness.
So you can see what kind of tear he's on. 13 in his last 34 games.
And those guys with closed stances like Soriano has, that tells you right there that they want the ball out over the plate. They like the ball away and they like the ball down. One of my favorite hitters growing up had a closed stance. Lou Brock. Remember Lou Brock, Greg?
Yeah. He wasn't quite as far apart as Soriano, but you're right. He had quite a career. Cubs fans will never forget that trade.
Brock for Brolio.
Yeah.
One's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it's not Brolio.
There you see it.
Wide, closed stance. Kind of a wiry guy, but extremely strong.
Johnson led off this game with a bunt single. He's at first with 1 out, and that ball is fouled back. And the count is 1-2. I mentioned a nice crowd here tonight. Looks like maybe over 30,000. And we hope to see you out here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's bobblehead night. Ian Kennedy. And then Sunday, the finale of the day game at 1:10. It's APS weekend here at the ballpark. Cubs always attract very well. That pitch is high. I don't have to tell you that.
Number 1 in road attendance.
Yeah.
The Chicago Cubs. Kind of been that way for a while now. But isn't it amazing? The worst record in the National League, yet more so than the Yankees or the Red Sox.
They have been forlorn fans for a long time. 2-2 counter on Soriano with Johnson at first. And he blew it by him up high. And that's a strikeout. Soriano doesn't know he's out yet. I don't believe.
There's
only 3 strikes.
Yeah, they just passed a new rule that you only get 3 strikes. As we said, right in on his belly button. And he just can't get extended, and it's right by him. Some gas there from Coleman, and you can see just how tardy that bat is getting through the zone on that Coleman fastball.
Now Jeff Baker, the batter. And you wonder if sometime here, as this game progresses, if Del Swain will alter his lineup a little bit, get a couple of those lefties in, like Lahair.
Yeah, I would imagine Dale Swain.
Everybody on his bench is a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, Dale Swain thinking that Kirk Gibson might have been playing some dirty pool here, but that's not the case. We hope Joe Saunders is okay. You hate to hear anything like that when a guy can't finish his warm-up tosses.
Here's Gibby. His ball club. A win tonight would put them at the 500 mark and put them over the 500 mark at home. There goes Johnson. The pitch high. Montero's throw is wide and still got him at second on a nice, quick come-down tag by Aaron Hill to get Johnson to win the inning with their cleanup hitter at the plate. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left. D-backs back bottom of the first against Jeff Samardzija. No score. Diamondbacks getting ready to hit here on the bottom of the first. There's Kirk Gibson. You see Gibby over to 500 as a manager. Let's take a look at our Mazda D-backs starting lineup. Bloomquist, Hill and Upton. KUBEL in the cleanup spot, followed by Goldschmidt, Montero, Young, Roberts, and Josh Coleman. So here in the you take a look at Jeff Samardzija, the starter for the Cubs. Big kid.
He's a very big kid, a star wide receiver at Notre Dame. Now trying to make him a star here in the major leagues as a pitcher. It's been a bit of a struggle for Samardzija's last couple starts. Got out of the gate nicely. Threw very well early, but got hit very hard a couple of starts ago in Minnesota. And that's kind of ballooned his numbers in his ERA over 4.
Well, Gracie made mention of how hot these Diamondbacks are, swinging the bats here at home especially. Willie Bloomquist, you see his average at 288. He's one of several Diamondbacks who's really seen that average climb. He fouls this one. This guy will throw the fastball. He cuts it. He sinks it. He's got that split finger, and he's the last ball game. I was talking to Keith Moreland, who works the radio side with Pat Hughes. I guess he got some outs with this curveball. Swing and miss. Yeah, good one. Now here comes Aaron Hill, Gracie, and this guy's just been absolutely on fire.
It's the power, it's the damage he's doing. You know, there's more to power than just home runs. Triples are power, doubles are power. You're driving in guys from first base with those extra base hits. Aaron Hill. To be honest, it has been a pleasure to watch him play baseball the last week and a half.
He shoots this one to left field. Soriano over there and makes the catch for out number 2. Even his outs are hard outs in the line outs.
Man. Fastball in the middle of the plate. He crushes it. But unfortunately for Aaron Hill, it is right at Alfonso Soriano. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first.
Well, there's Upton. He was hit .333 in his last 8 games. The average on the year. As you see it, .258. Now 6 home runs. He gone a long stretch, had not homered until the other day. Had not hit a home run since May 23rd.
And a guy with this talent, you never expect him to go near a month without hitting a long ball. But sometimes that's all it takes to get you going. And also when you're struggling, it seems like you're 0-2 every single at bat. Well, he hit a long ball, got a base hit his last time up. Now his first at bat, he sits 2-0 and should get a good pitch to hit here.
And he hits this one to pretty deep center field, but it's going to be caught. And that's it. Mather put it away. Each team retired in the first inning without a run on the board after 1. expected to see Joe Saunders on the mound. Joe just couldn't get ready tonight, couldn't get loose out of the bullpen. So Josh Coleman with the start here, and he recorded a couple of strikeouts to give up a bunt hit, but got a caught stealing in the first inning. Starts off Jeb Baker with strike one here in the second. It'll be Baker, Soto, and Barney. Another strike 0-2. That's one thing Josh will do, throw out strikes.
Yeah, he started with a beautiful changeup for strike one and zips a fastball to the outside corner. 0-2.
Baker fouls one back. Baker used to be with the Rockies. And on the year, 247, a home run, 8 runs batted in. Off speed, bounce back to the mound. Nice play by Josh Coleman, and on to Goldschmidt, 1 away.
You don't see Josh throw too many curveballs, but he threw a dandy there and got an easy comebacker. Quickly 1 out.
I think he knows that, especially as a starter, Grace, he needs more than the fastball change. So.
I think you're absolutely right. He's got a good fastball. He's got a good changeup. He's still trying to develop the breaking ball, but in order to develop it, Greg, you have to throw it, and he's throwing it.
It's a little bit low here to Giovanni Soto, the Cubs catcher.
It's been a rough go for this kid this year.
Yeah, he spent some time on the DL. The average only a 168. Fouls it back, but he's always a threat up there. And if you wonder why, let's just go back, look at his past history.
Former Rookie of the Year.
Yep. He had left knee arthroscopic surgery back on May 19th. Just came back off the DL Monday. And Coleman falls behind him, 2-1. He's been in this organization for 12 seasons. 11th round pick back in 2001. 3-1 count. And he caught Carlos Zambrano's no-hitter back in 2008 against Houston in Milwaukee.
Always a little feather in your cap for a catcher.
There's a shot back up the middle into center field. Cubs' second hit of the night. And Soto's on ahead of Darwin Barney now.
Yeah, he fell behind 3-1. Had to come down the middle of the fastball. And even the 168 hitter's going to hit that one pretty hard.
Willie had no shot at it. And now Barney to the plate. There's second baseman. I'll tell you, a strange sight is seeing Dave McKay coaching at first base for the Chicago Cubs.
That's almost, if you're a Cardinal fan, I would imagine that's sacrilegious.
Cardinal sin, right?
Yeah.
Outside ball one.
So many years with Tony La Russa with the Oakland A's and then the St. Louis Cardinals. But well, Tony retired, so it was Dave McKay said, well, that doesn't mean I have to retire, does it? I got to go find some work. One of the best first base coaches in the game. What a really nice guy, too.
And I'll bet you if you'd asked him 5 or 6 years ago, you think you'll end up coaching for the Cubs? He would have said, not a chance. Especially with that rivalry, which you played in for many years.
Many times.
1-1 count. I like this kid, Darwin Barney.
A lot to like. The Cubs are young. And they're learning.
We're seeing a lot of young clubs. We just saw that Seattle ball club in.
They haven't, a lot of these young players haven't learned how to win yet at the major league level.
That takes some time, especially when they're all kids.
True.
You don't have a lot of veterans to lean on. That pitch is high. You take a look at the National League Central. You see the Cubs there in the basement, and they're trailing Houston. How about Pittsburgh in second place, game and a half behind first place Cincinnati?
I think that's great when Pittsburgh, they kind of did this last year too, and then they folded.
After the All-Star break, it was all downhill. That pitch is high. Now the count's going to 3-1.
All of a sudden now Josh Coleman are falling behind a pair of hitters. One got a base hit. Now let's see if he can make a quality pitch here.
And you really wonder how many pitches he got to throw in the bullpen.
Exactly.
As he's making the emergency start for Joe Saunders. So he's probably still loosening up there on the mound. Had one inning. He's got one on, one out here. And a foul out of play, 3-2.
Just went after him with the fastball, but a well-placed fastball would usually get that kind of a result. Now it's decision time for the Chicago Cubs. Do you send Giovanni Soto to try to stay out of the double play?
That's the decision that man will make. Del Swing, first-year manager of the Cubs.
If I'm him, why not push the envelope? Go ahead and send him.
He is going, and a pop-up foul back behind the screen behind the plate. Fewest stolen bases against in the National League. The Diamondbacks right at the top there. They've only allowed 21. They've thrown out 53% trying to steal against them,
which is an amazing number.
That's a combo between the catcher and the pitcher. The pitcher holding, throwing over, giving that catcher.
He wants a change up here. Let's see if Josh can deliver it.
Again, Soto runs and a foul back again.
Well, he left that one right in the middle of the plate. He was very fortunate Barney didn't do more with that one. They're never mistakes when they're foul balls, but watch where this pitch is, folks. Yikes!
Right down central.
And you want to get that down around the knees, and then you'll be in good shape.
So we'll do it again on 3-2. Soto's run twice already.
That big old catcher's going to get tired out there.
There he goes again. Pitch is high. Now he can trot to second base on a walk to Barney. 2 on for the Cubs. And only 1 out here in the second inning. And Miguel Montero's going to walk to the mound here. Well, he stopped about halfway. Well, this is a former Cardinal and Atlanta Brave coming to the plate, Joe Mather. So a little bit of trouble here for Coleman in the top of the second inning. Got the first man, but then a single and now a walk. And it's Soto at the top of the screen with his leadoff second, and Barney, who just walked at first base. Mather, right-handed hitter. And he takes high ball 1.
All of a sudden, Josh, when he's missing now, he's missing up in the strike zone with the fastball. Got to zero back down around the kneecaps, and you're going to get the results you want. Hanging around up around the belt, you tend to get hit and get hit hard. Let's see if he can zone it back down now.
How about an old double play ball? That'd be nice, huh? There's one in there.
That's right at the kneecaps. That's right where you want that pitch. That was the changeup. Beautifully delivered. This is a thing of beauty here, folks. Watch this thing just dip right at the kneecaps. You don't win a lot of baseball games throwing the ball there.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Joe Mather. That's up high and tight. And Montero now will go to the mound and talk with his pitcher.
Yeah, the fastball right now is a little bit of it's elusive right now for Josh. He's having trouble commanding that fastball to the zone. Changeup's been good tonight.
Yeah.
But a starting pitcher, you have to have your fastball. You can see that's not the greatest ratio.
Yeah, 36 pitches already in the second, and Josh really hasn't been stretched out a lot of late. He's had a couple of outings in relief where he's had to work a little bit, but he's called upon tonight to give the Diamondbacks some innings. Fortunately for the Diamondbacks, they had a little rest yesterday, a day off. The bullpen should be fresh. That's outside. 3-1. The on-deck hitter is Luis Valbuena, their third baseman.
Yeah, right now Josh really asking for it. Once again missing up out of the zone with the fastball.
Well, a wide one here would load him up in the second inning for the Cubs. A base hit and a walk could put the 2 runners on base with 1 out here. And he walked him, and they're loaded. So back-to-back walks, which is very unusual for Coleman. And now he'll deal with the number 8 hitter in the order. The third baseman is Charles Nagy, trots to the mound for a visit.
Yeah, this inning started very well for Josh. He easily handled Baker, the leadoff hitter. And then a base hit on a 3-1 count by Soto. Barney walks. Mather walks. And now Nagy going out there to just try to break up what he sees to be some stubborn rhythm and get Josh back locked into the mid of Miguel Montero. This is a huge situation now early in the ballgame with the Cubs having an opportunity to do some damage and take the lead.
Valbuena was acquired off waivers by the Cubs from Toronto. He has started third base each of the team's last 7 games. Ian Stewart is out. He has driven in runs in 3 games and homered in 2 contests. So Luis Valbuena, a left-handed hitter, at the plate with Soto, Barney, and Mather, the base runners. Third, second, and first here, and only 1 man out in this second inning for Chicago. And Josh going to be working out of the stretch here. Well, he's still got a chance to get out of this.
Yeah, he's got a chance to get out of it. Valbuena does run well. He's tough to double up. He's going to have to hit a firm ground ball for that. Good pitch. That was the changeup. Gutsy pitch with the bases loaded. Start with the changeup.
But it's been his best so far. The one pitch he has been able to locate over the plate. There you see the numbers on Valbuena with the bases loaded in his career.
That's the fastball. By jumping ahead, getting ahead 0-1, now you put what the hitter in what I call swing mode, Greg. And that is now these other guys, by falling behind, they can pick the pitch they want. But you get ahead 0-1, now you're making these guys swing the bat. What you need is a 0-2 count with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Leonard has struck out 2. Make it 3. How about that? He just went right after it. Now, change. And then the 2 high ones that Valbuena didn't get.
Now you can't let up right here. As we watch the pitch-by-pitch sequence, there's the changeup. That's where it all starts right there. Swing mode, high fastball. Swing mode, high fastball. Thanks for coming. Drive home safely. Valbuena. But now Samardzija can hit.
Yeah.
Samardzija's a good hitter, the opposing pitcher. So you can't have a letdown here if you're Josh Coleman.
He's got 4 hits. He's got 3 runs batted in. He takes a big swing and miss. Strike 1.
I'm telling you, he's swinging that one like Gary Sheffield.
Well, you know he's a good athlete, having played football, and he's going to work at swinging the bat, trying to help himself, playing in the National League. He's also laid down 4 sacrifice bunts, so he's helped himself with the bat. This year he fouls one back, and that's quickly strike 2.
Well, so far, whatever Charles Nagy went out and told Josh Coleman, he has hammered the strike zone with 5 straight pitches. And now he's got this crowd excited. They want to see this right-hander get through this. Yeah, get a little excited up there.
Got him set up 0-2 with the bases loaded, now 2 men out. And he worked it up high. And you have to work it up high on Samardzija. He's a big kid. I call everybody a kid.
Yeah, you're just a kid at heart.
Yeah.
Right?
6'5", 225 for Samardzija.
Yeah, he is a big kid. You don't want to get too crazy now, trying to get him to chase way out of the zone. You remember, he's a pitcher. At the end of the day, he's a pitcher. He hits 1 every 5 days, so you can't expect to have him chase those balls up around the helmet. You got to stay in the strike zone and try to do your damage. Let's see if he goes with the changeup here, which has been his best pitch this inning.
2-2 pitch, and he got him swinging with the fastball.
He says, forget you, Gracie. I'm going with the fastball, and I'm going to strike him out. That's a big inning for Coleman.
Interesting inning. They leave him loaded after 1.5, no score. To Miller time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Along with Mark Grace, Greg Schulte. Here at Chase Field, Diamondbacks and Cubs kicking off a weekend series. It was supposed to be Joe Saunders tonight, but Joe couldn't get loose in the bullpen, so Josh Coleman was thrown into action. He's worked 2 scoreless innings, although Gracie threw 30 pitches in that second inning alone.
30 pitches. I'm sure Gibby and the Diamondbacks are just going to try to get as much as they can out of Coleman. He's not stretched out like in other words, you know, I think if they could get 4 out of him, I think that would be a heck of a job, and then just try to match up the bullpen the rest of the way. He did a good job of staying out of trouble there, and you really hope Joe Saunders is okay. It's nothing serious. One thing about Joe Saunders, though, is he's been a picture of health pretty much his whole career.
Here is Jason KUBEL to lead it off against Samardzija. Had a couple of balls hit hard against him first inning, but got out of it in a swing and a miss, strike 2. KUBEL leads the National League with 18 runs batted in this month, the month of June. He's had a good month, driven in 41 in the year. And he hits this one towards second. Barney will scooch to his right and throw to first in time. 1 away. Let's take a look at that Cubs defense tonight. Alfonso Soriano, Joe Mather, and Reed Johnson left to right. Balbuena, Castro, Barney, and it is Jeff Baker over at first base with Soto catching Samardzija. Here's Goldschmidt. Another hot hitter. Ball on Goldie since April 30th has hit 358. Of course, he had that 17-game hitting streak.
That never hurts.
No. Oh boy, he took a cut at that, but he fouled it into the Minnesota.
Samardzija's such a good arm, 94 miles an hour with that moving, darting fastball along with the split finger. The stuff is major league stuff and then some.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Paul Goldschmidt. First time through the order. First time Diamondbacks getting a look at this kid.
He's been good in June, has Paul Goldschmidt. Real good. That was the attempted split finger there. He yanked that one across the dish.
Did you ever try and throw a split?
I never could throw any. You got to have a fastball before you throw a split. You saw my fastball. It got hit up there in Friday's front row.
David Ross following around. You can't claim that off me. It's foul back and out of play by Goldschmidt.
I think playing catch with people over the years. Yeah,
everybody always
monkey around with splits or knuckleballs, but no, I never could. I never could get the split finger down.
I don't know how they do that.
No, I don't either. Cheaters.
Swing and a miss.
Well, he is mowing them down here this evening.
5 up, 5 down here to start. Every time a Diamondbacks player hits a home run this season, Fulton Homes will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. They were making a lot of money in the last series against Seattle. Diamondbacks select 10 home runs, had 10 doubles, 2 triples. Here's another hot hitter, Miguel Montero. He's driven in 17 runs here in the month of June, which is second in the National League. He's tied with Andrew McCutchen and Brandon Phillips. And he fouls this one back, and it's good to see his bat get going there, Gracie. He homered in the game on Wednesday. Who didn't?
I was going to say, Mr. Vargas gave up a bunch of home runs.
And he came in with 15 given up, and he left with 20. That's a lot of home runs at this juncture of the season. There's a base hit to right field by Montero. I think he told me before the ballgame he wasn't feeling too good either.
Some of the best days you have is when you're not feeling too good. Or some of the best days you have is when you're not expected to play, a.k.a. pitch, like Josh Coleman. That's a hanging breaking ball there. And his eyes light up. Boy, that was a great shot there. His eyes just got big. Oh, my goodness, a hanging breaking ball. Bang. Base hit in the hole.
You hang, we'll bang him. Juggled out there in right field briefly by Reed Johnson, but Montero had to stay at first. Here now is Chris Young.
CY's been fighting it a little bit. He's been fighting it a lot since he returned from his shoulder injury. And just a crime how that shoulder injury just derailed what was a special couple 3 weeks for Chris Young.
His numbers before the injury: .410 batting average, 4 doubles, 5 homers, 13 runs batted in. 26 games since coming back. He's hit only .151 with no home runs. So you get his back going. He takes the pitch just a little out. Ooh, they see down first base. Paul almost said he went around. That's strike 2. And you see him.
You hate that before and after.
96 at bats for CY since he has homered. And Samardzich's got him set up 0-2 with 2 men out and a runner on.
That looks like a cut fastball of some kind. Doesn't look like it's much fun.
The flowing locks of Jeff Samardzich, a la Tim Lincecum.
Yeah, he's got some Lincecum. It looks like Black Beauty. That flowing mane coming out of there.
He missed outside, although Castro was running off the field. He thought that was strike 3 from shortstop.
He might not know how many outs there are.
True. 2-2 count. Boy, that kid's got a ton of talent, though.
That he does. He's fun to watch. Still looks like he's about 13 years old, doesn't he?
He doesn't look 22. Swing and a miss. And the Diamondbacks through here. Third strikeout for Samardzich, 2 this inning, 1 left. We'll head to the third. No score here in Phoenix. Local retailers and text road trip to the Miller Taste Team at 620-620 for your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyway trips this summer. Well, here we go to the third. Josh Coleman are back to work. Some of the fans enjoying everything about the ballpark that it has to offer, including cell phones.
Well, make sure when you come to the park, folks, do your texting in between innings.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had flying bats, baseball sizzle back into the seats. Remember the series in Arlington where Josh Hamilton, 3 consecutive games, hit through the bat into the seats.
Helicoptering bats over the dugout.
Second time around now for the Cubs against Coleman, and Reed Johnson is a hitter. And he swings and misses. Last time he bunted for a hit, and Roberts not on the grass, but he's right on the cusp of the dirt and the grass at third base.
Another pretty change up there from Josh.
What was the first count he bunted on, Gracie? 2-1?
It was 2-1. Ryan Roberts in even with the bag this time. He's taking it away from him.
Tight to him. Those hitters that lean in. Back him out of there. There's been a little wild up high. You see, second time around against Colemeter, the batting average goes up almost 100 points. They've had a look at him from that over-the-top release. Oh, nice
fastball there. Best fastball of the night right there as far as location-wise. He's got the strikeout on a couple of fastballs up. I love that one down around the kneecaps.
Well, both these pitchers system with strikeouts already. 4 for Colemeter, 3 for Samardzija. And a foul back to the screen. Reed Johnson, Starlin Castro, and Alfonso Soriano for the Cubs here in the top of the third inning. Tomorrow night, Ian Kennedy on Ian Kennedy bobblehead night. How about that? Paul Mahalem. And then Sunday, Wade Miley and Matt Garza. Here's Ian in the middle. I think the bobblehead will have the beard.
You can't tell. The gloves over the face. There's another strikeout for Josh Colemeter.
Well, if you're just joining us, you're wondering, well, I thought Joe Saunders was pitching. Joe was scheduled to pitch. Joe tried to loosen up and get ready, but he just couldn't get loose. And Charles Nagy, you just see, hey, he can't go. So Josh Colemeter got the call. I know that's frustrating to Joe Saunders.
Yeah, it's got to be. Joe's throwing the ball very well this year.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Joe has ever missed a major league start.
I don't think that's why I was saying he's been a picture of health his entire career. So you just hope that it's something minor and something that can be fixed in the next few days.
I mean, Joe will go out there and give you 34, 35 starts and 200 innings a season.
I mean, I feel that way every day I wake up.
Can't get loose.
Yeah.
Me too.
Come on, old body.
2-0 the counter on Castro, which is a rare count. He struck out swinging first time up against Colemeter. And he fouls this one back and out of play. Well, it's been a long time, Gracie, for the Chicago Cubs. What was it, 1906? The last World Series won? I was a Cub fan.
Yeah. I'm 13 years of that.
Yeah.
I lived 13 years of it. You know,
you did get the postseason.
I look back so fondly at those 13 years, though.
Ground ball to short. BLOOMQUIST got it back up. Castro can motor the throw, and he got him on a nice play at first base. Willie's got that gun over there at short, and it took every bit of it to get Castro, who was sniffing out base hit. He thought, well, I can beat this one out, but not quite.
Yeah, when you back up on the ball, you're going to have to really get rid of it quick. Well, he doesn't. But just the strong arm just in the nick of time to get Castro. Watch, he double clutches right there, but then just throws a bazooka right on the money. Yeah, that's all it takes, Willie. 2 quick outs.
And Josh could use a quick inning. 230 pitches in the second outside to Soriano. Cubs have just made 4 playoff appearances since 1945. Think about this, the Diamondbacks, this is their 15th year. 5 playoff appearances in 14 years.
Yeah, there's been a lot of greatness in the short history of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Swing and a miss by Soriano. 2-1.
2-0 change up there. Yeah, there's all those banners. 4 in the old purple and teal, and 2 in the Sedona red and Sonoran sand.
Yeah. Outside. And how about you? First year over here, leaving Chicago, and not the greatest of terms, to say the least, but there you go. There's
my favorite one. I think that's everybody's favorite one.
Ooh,
ball 4.
So that's the third walk given up by Colemeter. He'll bring up the cleanup hitter now, Jeff Baker.
Soriano used to be a heck of a base stealer. Is he still a heck of a base stealer? No. He's starting to feel father time as well.
Yeah.
He was a 40-40 guy there with the Washington Nationals, if I'm not mistaken.
He had some big years with a stolen base. Let's see. I mean, even his rookie year with the Yankees, he stole 29, 23, 38, 33, 33, 67 with Washington in 06. Fouls it back. So you're talking about a guy who can hit with power and steal bases.
That was back when he was playing old RFK Stadium for the Washington Nationals. I think that might have been the coldest I've ever been in my life that time we went to Washington and did that series. Greg.
Yeah, I remember that.
Good fastball.
0-2 count. Ahead of Baker now. Coleman are working here in the third inning in this scoreless ball game, matched up against Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija was a scheduled starter. Coleman was not. Soriano just walked with 2 men out. Ooh, he just missed down low.
Tried to go right back to the bottom of the kneecaps. He got that pitch from Gary Darling. That time he didn't. There's a Valley resident, Gary Darling. Been around a long time now. Good umpire.
1-2 the counter on Jeff Baker, the Cubs cleanup hitter tonight. 2-2. Cubs on the season on the road. They played 36 games. They've won 10. 10-26 away from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Diamondbacks trying to get over 500 with a win here at home tonight. 17-17. It's been a long uphill climb. 2-2 pitch outside. Nice backhanded stab there by Montero. 3-2. Now Soriano will run with 2 outs and a full count pitch.
66 pitches here with 2 outs in the third for Josh. So he'd like to be a little more economical if he could. He had Baker 0-2. Now he sits 3-2. As you said, Soriano with a running start. Another big pitch here for Josh.
Soto on deck. He had to hit his first time up, so Coleman wants to get Baker here and end this inning. We'll see what's coming here on 3-2. Ground ball hit to short. Bloomquist going to have to go to first. And he got it. And that'll retire the side. No runs, a walk, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the third here. Diamondbacks and the Cubs. No score. Well, if you don't right now, you'll recognize that face. Now look at that. She could play hoops. Ann Myers at the time. Ann Myers Drysdale.
What is going on there?
Indiana Pacers. How
Was
about
that,
that?
Was
got
that
pushed
Rick,
around a little bit.
was that Rick Barry hitting you there?
No, he was too old to be playing.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good
I'm
to have
good.
you
I'm
here.
great. It's you know, we're pitching not too bad, but
Get the
yeah,
bats going.
we're excited about tomorrow. The Mercury play their game against the LA Sparks. It's our 40th anniversary of Title IX, and our Woman of Inspiration with Hope Solo, and she's coming into town before she heads out to London in the Olympics. So it's a big day tomorrow. We're really excited.
It's hard to believe it's been 40 years, and sometimes you think it should have been a lot earlier than that for Title IX.
Yeah, 40 years, and still a lot of schools not in compliance. Sure. But, you know, for us, I mean, Phoenix, just a couple months ago, we had a baseball team, had a girl on it, and one of the teams pulled out in the finals.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well,
can you? I'm sorry, Greg. Can you explain to people at home exactly what goes on with Title IX?
It's basically having equal opportunity for both boys and girls, having the same opportunity, especially as federal funding is involved. So a lot of people think that scholarships are taken away from the guys, but it's because they have to have equal scholarships for the girls. So if football has all these scholarships, they could cut down and they could still have the men's sports.
Makes a lot of sense.
The Sparks still your top rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, I think it always is from day one. As a matter of fact, today is the inaugural day that the Phoenix Mercury played their very first game.
I broadcast that
against Charlotte.
Yeah,
and I was working NBC, and we came down and did that game and won that game. But yeah, the LA Sparks, there's a great rivalry between them.
How about the way the league has grown over the years?
You know, it really has done a great job, Greg. You know, in our 16th season, we're way ahead the NBA when they were in their 16th season. But, you know, teams are starting to turn things around financially, and the talent certainly is better. The London Olympics are going to be a big plus for us. Diana Taurasi's going to be on that team, and
there's the champs.
Expect to win another gold. That was a great time, the very first championship, and you know, 2 WNBA championships for the Phoenix Mercury is pretty special.
Absolutely. You got a new book out.
I do. You Let Some Girl Beat You. And
well, you're a pretty special girl. You can play.
You
can play oops.
But it's a story about a lot of different things. Title IX's in there. You know, being with Don and the Olympics, Pacer tryout, my home, growing up. You know, it's just a very special time, and it was really hard to do, but I'm glad I got a little bit out of it. And you know, it's about hope. You know, kids, they can do anything they want to, and somebody gives them an opportunity. And a lot of people thought when I tried out with the Pacers, can't do it, you're a girl, you're going to get hurt, and you've got to take opportunities and see where it leads you.
Did you have to be talked into the book, or something you wanted to do?
Yeah, I had to be talked into it. Did you? Really did, yeah.
But now you're glad you did it.
I am, and you know, talked about my family and certainly our 3 children and Don and how he came into my life and how special he is and how baseball came into my life.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was not only he did a lot of this broadcasting stuff as well. Sir. He was a great broadcaster. Well, obviously
over
a Hall
25
of Fame
years. Yeah. What do you think he would have said about the incident with the Nationals in Tampa Bay the other day?
No. Oh,
you know him best. What would have he said? What would have he said, Ann?
Yeah,
Gracie can
guess.
comment.
I'm going to guess that. I would guess that he probably said, "There's nothing wrong with that."
Well, the fact that Davey Johnson called it out, you know, and but there was a story. Donnie used to do a Brill Cream commercial, and of course this is way before my time too. And he said one of the umpires came out and ran his fingers through his hair. He said, "Usually I get kissed when that happens to me."
That sounds like him.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a fly to center, a strikeout. That's hit pretty deep to left off the bat of Bloomquist, but it's flagged down by Alfonso Soriano. And Myers Drysdale, always a pleasure. There's the book. You Let Some Girl Beat You. Best of luck. Go get a win tomorrow.
Thanks. And you guys get a win tonight.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Andy.
Okay.
No score here after 3 at Chase. The fourth inning. Again, our thanks to Ann Meyer Drysdale. What a nice lady to visit with. And boy, she had a great career, both as an athlete and in the front office. And they play the Sparks tomorrow night, Gracie, at 6 o'clock next door. Giovanni Soto, Darwin Barney, and Joe Mather. And a foul. Look out.
That's right at us.
Right below you. Soto singled up the middle his first time up. Cubs have 2 hits, Diamondbacks 1. Coleman struck out 5 through 3 innings. 4 strikeouts for Samardzija. And a foul back again by Soto. Gracie made mention of the fact that Soto was the former National League Rookie of the Year. Broke in with the Cubs with a bang. 2008. 23 home runs, 86 runs batted in at 285. And he corks one here. Very deep to center. Young looks up, and this ball is
way out of here.
Home run. Soto gives the Cubs a lead. And for Soto, that's number 5 of the year.
That's a long ways there. That was above the cameras in dead center field. High fastball out over. Soto crushes it.
All you have to do if you're at the ballpark is take a look at the outfielders and how they react. And Chris Young just kind of went into a trot, turned his back immediately. There's a fly ball hit to deep center. Young's there, though, and he's going to get this one. And that's an out by Barney after the long home run by Soto. But Chris kind of just took about 3 or 4 steps and immediately turned his back to the plate. See exactly how high off that wall was going to hit.
Man, that was almost off the scoreboard area of center field. And when they go that far, you don't need to you don't need to chase them.
Nope.
And that thing hit way up in that area.
That's a poke.
That's out there where I used to hit him, Greg. Ha ha ha. Not.
The bullpen phone has just rung for the Diamondbacks as Coleman now has gone over 70 pitches. And again, it's an emergency start for Josh, starting for Joe Saunders.
And I think we said, too, if they could get 4 out of Josh, I think that would be excellent on his part.
Mather takes one low into the dirt. And Brad Ziegler's going to get up and start to loosen. So this probably bullpen by committee tonight.
And that's only fitting because Ziegler, he gets up about every night, doesn't he?
The more he pitches, seems like the more effective he can be. 2-1 count. He's just started to throw. This is second time through the order against Coleman. And they have struck with a run on the Soto home run. Foul back. Pretty good cut there by Mather. And the count run is even at 2-2. You see the pitching. The one that hurt him was that second inning, 30.
And that was a scoreless inning. However, it may have taken a lot out of Josh. And he just made one bad pitch. You always say solo homers don't beat you. Well, let's hope that rings true.
Counts run full now on Mather.
He's had a lot of 3-ball counts tonight, has Josh.
And he's walked 3, which is very unlike Coleman. Normally doesn't walk very many. And there's a fly ball, shallow center. Young coming on.
Made a really good pitch there with the changeup on 3-2 to get an easy pop fly.
So he's got 2 outs here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Luis Valbuena, who was a big strikeout victim with the bases loaded, 1 out in the second inning.
It only took Josh 3 pitches to dispose of Luis Valbuena.
Change and a couple fastballs up. Now with the Diamondbacks bat in the bottom of the 4th inning, they'll be going around for the second time against Samardzija. Bloomquist has batted twice. He ended the 3rd inning. So we'll see how they react to Samardzija. Second time through the order. First things first, getting the 3rd out here. Nice pitch.
Really good changeup on 2-0 again. He's had a good changeup tonight, a very good one. That's been his friend. Kind of been his go-to pitch. Another one. Another strike.
Well, if they're not hitting it, keep throwing it, right?
He blew away Valbuena with fastballs in the first at-bat. This time he's got him way out in front of those changeups. We'll see what he goes with to finish.
Well, this gets swings from the heels, doesn't it?
He doesn't get cheated.
2-2. Samardzija on deck. Run into the inning. A leadoff home run by Giovanni Soto. Into the dirt. Another 3-2 count.
Yeah, he's had a lot of those. Now, I would imagine this is probably Cole Mentor's last inning. I'd be very shocked if Gibby sent him back out there for the 5th. He's got Samardzija on deck, the pitcher. However, as we said earlier, Samardzija can hit.
Yeah.
Now, this is the 7th 3-ball count tonight for Cole Mentor.
And he got him. Hey,
with that good thread in the changeup.
That's 6 strikeouts for Cole Mentor. Gave the Diamondbacks 4 great innings here under some pretty dire circumstances. Was not scheduled to start. 1-0 Cubs.
Cubs as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. An injury update, an update, if you will, on Stephen Drew, the injured Diamondbacks shortstop. He should join the team very shortly. Kirk Gibson saying today that Stephen Drew is actually going to make a rehab stint, is going to make a couple starts for the Mobile Bay Bears in AA. He's going to play 2 games down there on Sunday and Monday and will likely join the big league team, the Arizona Diamondbacks, in Atlanta on Wednesday. There's no concrete game plan for how Drew will be used. Gibby even had him taking a couple balls at third the other day, and he might play him every other day or every 3 days as Stephen Drew tries to recover from the nasty broken ankle suffered last season. But Stephen Drew and the Mobile Bay Bears take on the Montgomery Biscuits on Sunday and Monday. Stephen Drew might be back with the team soon.
Well, thank you, Mark, and that makes sense. Diamondbacks heading out to Atlanta. Mobile would be a short trek to join the ball club. Aaron Hill takes strike 1 from Jeff Samardzija. Hill, Upton, and KUBEL. 1-0 Cubs lead it now. On a home run by Soto. The ball misses up and in. Samardzija threw 3 innings. Has allowed only 1 hit. That was a 2-out single to Montero in the 2nd. He has struck out 4. Now working with a lead for the first time tonight. And a ground ball hit. Too short. Castro's got it. And on to first. 1 away. Let's take a look at our high-speed pitch brought to you by CenturyLink. Samardzija can get it up there at 95. Coleman are at 91 tonight.
That's a pretty good fastball for John. It's been a well-pitched game on both ends. Samardzija has been, well, pretty much dominant thus far.
Just the 1 hit. Here's Upton, who flied out to medium deep center, his first at bat. Again, second time through the order now. Only have an idea. It's always good when you can watch the video and see how this guy throws, the arm angles, but until you go up to the plate, Gracie, and face these guys for the first time, you really have no idea of how he's bringing it, where it's coming from, and the height up there. And this kid, again, is 6'5". There's a line drive to left. That's a base hit. Two hard hit balls in a row by Upton in this game. That ball got out there in a hurry.
I was just about to say, don't get hurt out there, Alfonso Soriano. On one hop, this ball is just ripped. Bang!
Boy, that's the kind of swing you like.
Now that's what we've kind of come to know from Justin Upton. I mean, that ball got out to Soriano quickly. Good swing.
Here is Jason KUBEL, who is up there with the tied run at first base. KUBEL grounded out first time up. Some teams put a shift on Jason, others do not. The Cubs do not, although Castro is playing more toward the middle. Jason is second in the National League in pitches seen per at bat. First one blocked nicely by Soto.
Well, Soto snuffed that would-be wild pitch right out, saved 90 feet, and keep the double play in order.
A.J. Ellis of the Dodgers leads National League hitters. He sees 4.5 pitches per at bat. KUBEL is second at 4.4. Goldschmidt's 13. He sees over 4 pitches per at bat. So they're running the counts a little longer. A lot of hitters. You expect Joey Votto to be up there. He's third. How about the year he's had?
Well, you're hoping those aren't all strike threes.
Yeah.
I've always been a big believer in go ahead and find that first good one and knock the dog out of it. Exactly. Whether it's the first or the seventh. If it's there to hit, go ahead and whack it.
Let me see that list. Ricky Weeks, we know he's got a lot of strikeouts. He walks a lot too. All right, Upton at first here with one down. The second Diamondback hit of the night. KUBEL takes outside, 3-0.
And that's what happens a lot of times when a guy's on a roll like Samardzija was. All you have to do to change his routine, Greg, is get somebody on base and put him in the stretch.
Yep.
And all of a sudden it's just a little bit different. And looking, next thing you know, 3-0 count.
There's a drive. Deep left field. This one's gonna go. Two-run over KUBEL. Diamondbacks lead it 2-1. There's that famed 3-0 count that the Diamondbacks so dearly love, and KUBEL hits it into the bleachers and left. And it's a full-dome home run. $150 going to Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association for Jason KUBEL. His ninth of the year, RBIs 42 and 43.
3-0 count, out over, doesn't try to pull it, goes the other way and hits it a long, long ways to the opposite field. Jason KUBEL, that's a good 10-12 rows back. That's way back there.
Swing and a miss by Goldschmidt. You know, when Kevin Towers made the acquisition of KUBEL as a free agent sign, everybody's saying, why? I mean, you got Young, you got Upton.
I was one of them, Greg.
Yeah, I think we all were curious, but Jason has been so consistent. He got off to a little bit of a slow start, Gracie, but his consistency from about mid-April right through now.
He's been by far the most consistent, best hitter on this Diamondback club to this date.
And he leads the National League in runs batted in this month with 20. He now hits safely in 12 of his last 13 home games. And he's got 21 runs batted in outside. Well, you loved hitting this ball. I don't see how any hitter in baseball wouldn't like hitting in this ballpark with a hitting background.
The only time I didn't like hitting in this ballpark was when Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling were pitching against me. Strike three, so Samardzija bounces right back.
There's a fifth strikeout for Samardzija. 2 outs in the inning. Well, Randy drove you once too.
Yeah, that was below average. 99 miles an hour with a fastball right in my kidney.
That would not be nice. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, the Taco Bell is giving away a free taco, 3 free tacos. Wow, 3 of them, with the purchase of a large drink between 4 p.m. 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Well, let's get 6 and go to Taco Bell. Swing and a miss by Montero.
It's a big rip. And, you know, Greg, we pointed it out before when we worked together. Back when Miguel Montero was struggling, it was because he was really swinging hard. And I remember you and I talking on the airplane with Miguel about it. And he says, yeah, I am swinging too hard.
He knew it.
But maybe, and just maybe, that blessing in disguise might have been when he tweaked that groin and had to miss, you know, a handful of games. And then all of a sudden, every time he overswung, that groin would give him a reminder. Oh, and ever since he's cut down that swing, boy, the results have been, well, terrific.
He swings
more like Miguel Montero.
Well, you know as well as anybody, Gracie, when he's going his best, he's hitting the ball to left, center, and right center, and pulling some home runs. But he can also hit the ball out to left field as KUBEL did.
Oh, he's got huge power to center and left center. That's his strength, the big parts of the ballpark.
He strikes out here, and Samardzija dials up his 6. So KUBEL, Jason, hits one out, 2-run shot, and he's given the Diamondbacks a lead here as we head to the 5th inning. It's 2-1. D-backs leading the Cubs. Powered by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. I'm back inside Chaseville. Boy, that looks good, doesn't it?
Real good.
Waffle cone. Sunday, Waffle Sunday. Ooh, tempting. Stay away. Ooh, looks too good. Some of the fans on hand here tonight to watch game 1 of this 3-game series. And Jeff Samardzija takes a strike from the new Diamondback pitcher. And this is Brad Ziegler.
Boy, what yeoman's work Josh Coleman gave these Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. They're going to try to drop a bunt. Well, we know he can run. He did a lot of that. But to the end zone at Notre Dame.
Yeah, got a few touchdowns. 27 in his career. How about that? There you see the numbers on Ziegler. So this being game number 33. That Frisbee sells outside. This guy's already dialed up 5 double plays out of the bullpen.
He's been terrific.
Yeah.
He is another guy that just never says no when the phone rings.
And you wonder how it's going to work out tonight for Gibby and Charles Nagy. Will they ask Ziegler to go maybe a couple? Or will they just try and stretch out the next 5 with, there's a ground ball off the pitcher's glove, and Hill can't make a play, and Samardzija will leg it out for an infield hit here to start the 5th inning. That's his 5th hit.
Yeah, just a high hopper that it looked like Ziegler had his glove right there, but it goes off the top. I don't think Aaron Hill would have had a play anyway, because as we said, Samardzija was a All-American wide receiver, so you know he can run. If you can outrun cornerbacks and safeties, you can probably beat that one out, don't you think?
Especially at that size, 6'5". So Goldschmidt will hold him on. And the top of the order now, and Reed Johnson. He is laid down a bunt for a hit and struck out swinging. Those are bats against Coleman.
Good fastball there to jump ahead.
Ziegler leads all relievers with an 11.0 ground ball to fly ball ratio. He's gotten 55 ground balls and only 5 fly ball outs. Leadoff man on, though. Now Goldschmidt drops behind Samardzija at first. He is a tying run here in the top of the 5th. Johnson hits one foul out of play, upper deck. We got a nice crowd here tonight, Gracie. The bleachers are all full, and most of the lower area of the stadium, fans in the seats.
That's just the way we like it.
Yep.
Cub fans, you're allowed to come on out too if you want. Just come on out. Come on out. Their money spends well too, don't you think?
Oh yeah. The Diamondbacks are up quite a bit in attendance so far this year. They're closing in on 1 million. And this is what, game number 35, so they're not even yet at the halfway point. They're up 4,500 fans per game. And there's a little fan right there. Diamondbacks cap on. Sunflower seeds. Love to see the kids at the ballpark. Reed Johnson swings at the frisbee and misses it. 1 out in the inning. Time now for our Nissan text poll question.
All right, what we got?
What would you most like to do? Here at Chase Field, catch a home run ball, throw out the first pitch, or be on TV?
Yeah, that's our old friends.
Yeah.
On their first date. Wonder how that's going.
Hopefully well. I got a trip to New York out of it, right? Chopper back up the middle. Hill's got it. Flips to Bloomquist on to first. Safe there as Castro is able to leg it out. Only his speed enabled him to do so, but almost a very nice double play turn by Hill, Bloomquist, and Goldschmidt.
As you said, there's the feed from Hill. Bloomquist gets it over there as quick as he can, but a good call over there by Paul Emmel. And Soriano will get a chance here with 2 outs, and Willie Bloomquist still hadn't touched second base.
The old phantom double play.
Oh.
In the general vicinity, sits Skepper.
He was in the area code, yes.
Soriano has struck out and walked. And this is one of those guys who likes that ball down. And Ziegler likes to keep the ball down.
Let's take a look at that again, Greg. Let's see. Is he in the area code? Yeah, trust me, that toe didn't get the bag.
Close enough. Outside to Soriano. The last play went 4-6. Castro reaching on the fielder's choice. Now Castro, if you're wondering about his base running abilities, he swiped 16. Ziegler will hold. He'll throw over. Try and help his catcher on a steal attempt. Throw back to first, and Castro's in.
Let's take one more look and see if I'm mistaken or not. There's the feed.
Yeah, he was in the vicinity, right?
Oh, those wily old veterans.
There's a throw over, and that was close. They almost got Castro at first base.
Well, Miguel was close to getting him, and now this time Ziegler close to getting him. I'm sure Dave McKay over there. Okay, kid. This guy been hitting a lot of home runs. That's real. Ooh-wee. Paul Emmel somehow. I guess Diamondbacks get a break now. The Cubs get a break.
How impatient can this at-bat be for a hitter, Gracie, when a pitcher continually will throw over to first and do things like that?
No, it's.
I mean, how do you keep your concentration?
You hate it.
You have to.
You hate it.
Yeah.
You absolutely hate it.
Do you often find yourself getting so frustrated you swing almost at anything?
Well, I think that's probably why you do it.
Yeah. Ooh, another close one over there.
They try to put the hitter in the deep freeze. Another conversation here with Dave McKay and Starlin Castro. That was another close play.
3 of them.
Ziegler's got quick feet.
Been caught 8 times. Soriano rockets one fair down the right field line. Upton's going to have to get a good ricochet. Here comes Castro around third. They're going to hold him up.
Wisely hold him up at third.
The Diamondbacks caught a break there. That ball got out to Upton rather quickly on a nice ricochet, and Justin got back in a hurry.
Justin did a really good job getting that back in quickly, hitting the cutoff man hill as this ball is just shredded down the right field line. You can see Goldschmidt couldn't even get his glove up in time. It was hit so hard, but he plays the carom perfectly, does Upton. Bare hand, and then hits Hill right on the button, and that makes him have to hold Starlin Castro. He maybe just maybe was a step slower because of all the throwovers. Maybe.
Might have been a step closer to first base than he had previously been. Now Baker takes the strike. Boy, Soriano has made a living on hitting those balls that are down in the zone.
He loves it. That's why, whether it's a submariner like Ziegler, anybody that throws the ball down in the zone, this guy's going to feast on you.
I mean, the pitch that Schilling threw that he hit out for the home run in the World Series was a great pitch.
A split down around the ankles.
There's a chopper to second, should end the inning. Hill with a nice hop on the first, and Ziegler got out of it.
Thanks, Justin Upton, for that.
Yep. And the Cubs turned away. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Young will lead it off. 2 on D-backs. Brought to you by Kia Motors. What do we got tonight, Gracie?
I'm glad you asked, Greg. It is buck the trend. Now, I'm sure you're saying, what are you talking about, Mark? Well,
what are you talking about,
once again, I'm glad you asked, Greg. That is the Diamondbacks. They have a trend. When they win, since May 17th, when they win, they score a boatload. And as soon as we can throw that graphic up there one more time. And when they lose, well, they don't score very many. So tonight it looks like whoever wins this was going to be a low-scoring game, so you'd have to buck the trend.
Yep. Because the Diamondbacks have 2 right now, up 2-1. That ball actually hit a little bit of the side of the mound to throw to first by Castro in time to get Young at first base for the first out here in the 5th.
And I'm glad you liked that key to the game, Greg, because it was mine and mine only.
So Young's 0 for 2, and here is Ryan Roberts, who flied to center first time out.
Greg, how many times have you seen Jeff Samardzija pitch in person? This is my first.
First time in person. Well, actually, I think I saw him in relief for the Cubs last year.
Okay.
But I mean,
That
as a
one
starter,
I don't recall, but he's been impressive. He's been very impressive.
there's a strike. You see Roberts' numbers, they've been going up for about a good month now, maybe a month and a half. There's a foul-out play. I mean, he's got 29 runs batted in, which is not a bad total right now.
Yeah, for a guy that's playing maybe 4 times a week.
This is our cool play of the game, Gracie. The inside the Parker on Wednesday. And he is motoring and safe at the plate.
It's only fitting
play of the
that,
game.
yeah, it's only fitting that our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game is from Ryan Roberts. 96 miles an hour. Woo.
Get up there in a hurry. Where's he at in pitches? 58 only.
Yeah, he's
on
pretty
the-
economical.
Hasn't walked anybody. Has struck out 6. Uptight. You don't want to get hit by that one. 2-2 count. I get the Ian Kennedy bobblehead giveaway tomorrow night. So come on out. Watch Ian pitch. Got to do something special on your bobblehead night, right?
Doggone right you do.
There's a shot, but right at Barney. I think played perfectly. And he throws Roberts out at first base for 2 down.
Well, that was ripped on one hop, right in the middle of the body of Darwin Barney. I mean, bang. He never had to move.
Now the D-backs only have 3 hits, but they've hit some hard balls against Samardzija tonight.
Barney said, yeah, that ball had some steam on it.
Brad Ziegler's going to get in a bat here. Strike 1.
Well, that answers your question about if he's going to go out
Yeah.
there for his second inning of work.
So Brad Ziegler with a plate appearance here.
And Brad looks like he's just ready to go on back out there and pitch.
He's had 1 at bat this year. Didn't strike out though. Hey, he's got his first hit. Get him the baseball.
Is that his first hit?
His first hit.
All right, I'll take back everything I said, Brad. You were up there ready to hit. He takes an 0-2 fastball and just
smile.
Belted it right back up the box. Yeah, throw that ball out. Congratulations, Brad Ziegler. You now have completed your career. About time you got to the National League so you can get up there and swing it for yourself. Atta boy, that's always exciting.
He's probably thinking to himself, what's this guy so hard to hit about? And they won't hold him on. Here's Willie Bloomquist.
Well, maybe get that first stolen base of his career.
Hey, that's a base hit to right field. Ziegler will stop at second. Probably have to play it station to station with him. That's back-to-back hits here, and that's Willie at his best. Finding that hole on the right side of the infield.
Let's go back to Ziegler here. Ziegler just ripping a ball right back up the box. Prior to that, Roberts got robbed on a bullet back up the box. Nobody playing there. So we've seen both pitchers get a base hit. Yeah, please, can I have the ball? That's a treasure he'll keep forever.
I don't think that'll be as worth as much as the Bieber card.
Well, nothing is at this point, is it?
Yeah, no. Here is Aaron Hill now, who is lined to left field, and he is grounded 2 short.
You know, we kind of chuckle, hey, his first big league hit there with 2 outs. Now, after the Willie Bloomquist base hit, you're putting your hottest hitter in an RBI situation, a guy that has been hitting nothing but extra base hits here in the last week.
Well, he's hit doubles and home runs in his last 3 games. He got 2 at bats left, probably in this game. He corks this one. Foul down the third base line, says Jerry Meals. Again, it's where it goes over the bag.
If it's on the ground.
Yeah.
I think that ball was on a line, though. So what if it's in the air, it's where it lands.
Let's see. I think you're right. I think it was lined. It was. And it was foul.
It's about a foot foul.
Meals. So
yeah, if it's on the ground, and I'll tell the folks at home, if it's on the ground, it's where it goes over the bag. Now, but if it's lined, if it's in the air, it has to stay inside the line.
And that was a line drive. Samardzija in a little bit of a jam here with 2 men out. A single by Ziegler, the pitcher, and then the base hit by BLOOMQUIST. Hill at the plate. And a foul out of play. Now he's ahead of him 1-2. Hill has had just a super sensational month of June.
And prior to those 3 games against Seattle that he was so hot. Remember the big 3-run homer he hit in Anaheim off of Dan Heron to help him win that ball game.
Nobody's had more extra base hits in the month, and he's second in average, slugging, and OPS. And his average, he had climbed up over 290, 0 for 2 tonight, so he's still at 288. There's a high drive, but it's going to go.
Oh, that ball was killed. Just foul.
That got the fans excited, though.
Aaron Hill was doing a little bit of a Carlton fist there at the plate. Not quite that dramatic, but there just wasn't enough body English to keep this one fair. Boom again. Come on, come on. But as you can see, it's plenty foul. Come on, please. Please straighten out. Oh, boy.
Little kick of that left leg. There's a shot to right center. That's a hit. Over to try and cut it off Johnson. In to score Ziegler. Willie BLOOMQUIST to third. And the Diamondbacks' hottest hitter delivers to make it 3-1. How about that at bat? I mean, this guy is just smoking.
Anytime I hit a home run foul with 2 outs, Greg, I might as well just hand the bat boy my bat and my helmet because I'm going to strike out the next pitch. Aaron Hill took a high fastball. Didn't pull this one, drives it into right center field, and Ziegler probably scoring his first major league run as well.
No doubt.
He's going to come around to score. That's just beautiful hitting by the hottest hitter in the game, Aaron Hill. Boy, now how big is that Ziegler hit?
Huge. It came with 2 outs. I mean, Samardzija's breezing along in the inning. Now all of a sudden, the Diamondbacks have 3 consecutive hits and a run to make it 3-1.
And Justin Upton now with an opportunity to really kick the door in here in the 5th inning.
And he's had 2 good at bats. He's flied out to medium deep center and blistered a ball on a 1-hopper to the left fielder Soriano for a hit. And he corks this one foul down the right field line. Well, the RBI for Hill gives him 32 now. And he's been doing so well pulling the ball, but that was the other way. Took the pitch out over the plate and drilled it into right center. That's a big extra run to score here. Well, let's see if the Diamondbacks can add another as Ziegler catches his breath in the dugout. Throw over and Hill gets spec. Diamondbacks now have 5 hits off Samardzija, Gracie, in the last 2 innings. So that second time around, they've made some adjustments against him.
They've hit some balls hard. Roberts, before these 3 straight hits, hit a bolt right at the second baseman, Darwin Barney, as well.
There's a ground ball to short. Should end the inning. Castro flips to second. And that's a hit of Hill to end the inning, but the Diamondbacks add a run. Ziegler's first big league hit scores a run. That guy drove it in. Aaron Hill, 3-1 D-backs.
and get home safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Well, back here at Chase Field, we move to the 6th inning, and Brad Ziegler goes out there for his 2nd inning. He said we could get a win here tonight. Diamondbacks up 3-1. He pitched the 5th. As a starting pitcher, you have to go throughout 5 innings to qualify for a victory in a ball game. But what Josh Coleman gave the Diamondbacks through 4 here tonight, Gracie, was absolutely terrific. Yeah, I mean, Joe Saunders scheduled to start, and just right before the ball game couldn't get loose. Coleman had to go down to the bullpen, get loose as much as he could, and then pitch 4 solid innings, only giving up the 1 home run while striking out 6. 1-2 on Soto, the man who accommodated the Cubs with their 1-0 lead with his 5th home run of the year. That came in the 4th inning. Just outside. 2-2 count. Soto and then Barney and Mather here for the Cubs. In the 6th.
Trying to find a way to solve Giovanni Soto. That's the way to do it. Just throw a beautiful sinker right underneath the barrel of his bat. It's a good start here for Brad Ziegler. Well, folks, if you're hitting the road this season, you can take the Diamondbacks with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Diamondbacks out-of-market game live, online, or on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit dbacks.com to order. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
Nicely done. Swing
Oh,
and miss.
thank you. Are you talking about Brad's
No, I'm
sinker
talking
there?
about you on the read. That is a great app.
I've got it.
So do I.
Every baseball fan should.
Yep. I mean, it's amazing the information and the games you get on there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Barney has walked, fly to center, pretty deep center. Last time up, and he hits this one right back to Brian. He's got it. And the throw to first. 2 quick outs. Let's go down to Mark McClone for more on Brad Ziegler.
Well, his name might go viral on Twitter for a 2nd time this month with the first big league hit. And, of course, he started the Justin Bieber card craze by giving J.J. Putz a box of Justin Bieber cards and finding an autographed Justin Bieber card. And that is up for auction right now on dbacks.com/auctions that runs through Sunday. Now, Putz has agreed to match up to $2,500 for Ziegler's foundation along with Craig Breslow's foundation, and all 3 pitchers are going to match, and Kurt Gibson even saying today he is going to match up to $2,500, which the bid has already hit on dbacks.com. Again, it goes through Sunday. When Kurt Gibson was questioned about him matching the donations of his pitchers, he said he wanted to support his guys, but I think he kind of wanted to do it discreetly because he did mention that his bullpen, they all have big mouths.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, he said those guys told you already, didn't he, to the media gathering today. So it's an 0-2 count here on Joe Mather.
Sounds like Gibby just wants to keep his money.
The clean-shaven Kurt Gibson.
Well, how about that? You never know with Gibby.
No.
He'll go mountain man on you sometimes, and then Mr. Clean.
0-2, and that's a little inside. Craig Breslow has started to get up and loosen in the Diamondback bullpen. As we mentioned, with Saunders not being able to go tonight, the Diamondbacks got 4 out of the starter, and now you have to piece the next 5 innings together with your bullpen. Did he go? He went. He chased the ball a foot off the plate. Ziegler gets his 3rd strikeout and 2 scoreless innings. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. D-backs lead 3-1. The Diamondbacks are battling the Cubs tonight. Boy, that's the place you want to be. Fun times at the RamTrucks.tv pool. Great place to watch a game and cool off. Although it's very comfortable indoors here. Thank goodness for the retractable roof, huh?
We can stay comfy all summer long in here, folks. So come on out. Diamondbacks right back in this race. How about the job by Brad Ziegler in relief of Josh Colementor? 2 shutout innings. Went out there, got him a base hit. Scored the 3rd run of the ball game.
If you're looking at him, he's like, why has he got a sweatshirt on?
Well, Darren, it kind of looked to me like he might still be in the ball game. Did I call you Darren? I apologize.
That's all right.
Greg, and he might still be in this ball game.
He might. Although Breslow, I think, has gotten back up. The count on KUBEL with the 2-run homer.
And you can call me Candyman if you want.
It's 2-1. Well, okay, anybody up now at all?
Not right now.
No. So you might be right. I mean, he breezed through that 6th inning. And he's got the bottom of the order, Gracie, coming up in the 7th. Albuena, and then Samardzija, and then the leadoff hitter, Reed Johnson. Well, here's a good count, huh? 3-1. KUBEL hit the home run on the 3-0 count. Back in the 4th. High, he walked it. You know, he was wanting to be careful there because of what KUBEL did in the hitter's count last time up. Hey, be sure to check out Matt Williams, in my own words, this Sunday after the Diamondbacks game. And with that, here is tonight's Matt Mania AT&T Trivia question. How many seasons did Matt hit more than 30 home runs?
I'm going to guess, and this is just an educated guess.
Educated.
6. I'm going to guess 6. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That was just a guess.
How about
straight guess, folks. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well, you don't have a book open in front of you.
I didn't cheat at all. I did not see that question. That was just, that was about as lucky as calling that KUBEL home run.
Well, in '94, the strike shortened season, he had 43. When did that end, Gracie? August what? That year, 94.
It was early August.
And he had 43 home runs already. He had 38 the prior year in '93. He had 34 in '91, 33 in '90. And he got to 32 with Cleveland in '97, then hit 35 with the Diamondbacks while driving in 142 in 1999.
People forget just what a great ball player he was.
Oh, nice pitch on 1-1, and it froze Goldschmidt. Now he's in the hole 1-2. Haven't seen too many breakers like that curveball, and he got it in for a strike. The leadoff walk to KUBEL. Diamondbacks would like to add to this lead, which is currently 3-1. Outside. Goldschmidt has struck out twice against Samardzija, both swinging. The walk, by the way, to KUBEL was his first of the ballgame. Samardzija's. He's only had 80 pitches. Working here in the 6th. Diamondbacks about hit the Cubs 6-5. There goes the runner, and a foul back by Goldschmidt. So they started KUBEL, and Goldschmidt fouled it back on 2-2.
Thankfully for Jason KUBEL and Diamondbacks, he fouled that one off. KUBEL didn't get the greatest jump.
If you're wondering, Jason does have a stolen base this year. So 2-2 count. Montero on deck. Uptight, he tried to break one off again, but he didn't really get much movement on it. Full count now, 3-2. Well, again, Goldschmidt has struck out in his first 2 at-bats against Samardzija, so I'm guessing KUBEL's not running here, but we'll see how Kirk Gibson plays it. Not going. And he walked him. Back-to-back walks here to open up the 6th inning.
Big time at bat there by Goldschmidt, too. He was in a 1-2 hole, laid off some tough pitches, and now back-to-back walks. Got the Diamondbacks an opportunity now to really stretch this thing open.
Well, let's answer your trivia question, Gracie, which you already got right.
It was just a guess, a flat-out guess. 6 season career high, 43 long balls for the big Marine.
It's kind of what you said about a pitch. If you see a pitch you like, swing at it early. You saw a question you liked, and you swung at it early, and you got the answer.
Well, Matt Williams was a guy that I guarantee in his career, and let's have some fun and maybe look, I'll bet you he saw less than 3 pitches per at-bat. I mean, he was, you talk about a first ball, fastball hitting fool. That was Matt Williams. And it looks like that's it for Jeff Samardzija, who before this inning was pretty impressive, wasn't he, Greg?
Yes, he was. Chris Bosio has made his way to the mound, the pitching coach.
I thought I saw him.
I think he was pointing to Barney, the second baseman.
Okay.
I thought the same thing you did, but I think he wanted Barney into the conversation along with the other infielders. The Cubs do have their bullpen in action. Chris Bosio heads back to the dugout. And that's Camp, Sean Camp, right-hander loosening up for the Cubs. Montero will be the batter. Miggy is single to right field. Last time up, he took some pretty healthy cuts and struck out. Chris Young on deck. Diamondbacks with a chance maybe to open this thing up. Back-to-back walks to KUBEL and Goldschmidt to open up the 6th inning against Jeff Samardzija. Oh, another hard swing by Montero. Strike 1.
You go, especially in these situations early in the season before he started getting hot. The bigger the situation, the bigger the swing. And that time he kind of reverted back to that flashback. Took a huge swing in this big situation.
The big moment of this ball game with 2 on to start the inning. And that's inside in the corner. And that's strike 2 now to Montero.
That was that split finger, and that was a dandy.
I don't think Miggy agreed with Gary Darling. He's in the hole now, 0-2. Samardzija had 85 pitches thrown in this game. And that's popped up foul back and out of play. Now Montero this season has struck out 57 times, but most of those strikeouts were recorded in April and May. It's going to cut him back of late. He's walked 29 times. He got a good on-base percentage of almost 370. And the long ball has come into play of more recent times. 7 on the year. 2 of them here at home. KUBEL and Goldschmidt way up high. 1-2 now. Diamondbacks trying to continue their winning ways here at home. Just won the series with Seattle. Remember they went 5-1 on the last home stand.
Sure.
Here's a 1-2 to Miggy. And a shot, base hit. That's going to score KUBEL. Goldschmidt turns second, heads to third, and the ball gets away from the right fielder Johnson. Here comes Goldschmidt to the plate. He scores. Montero's at third. Diamondbacks lead at 5-1. 19 runs batted into the month of June for Miguel Montero. And a triple to boot.
He rips that over the head of Jeff Baker, first base. It gets to pinballing down there in the right field line. And Goldschmidt, he can score all. He runs pretty well for a big old first baseman. It pinballs around out there. And Montero wisely all the way to third base, and he's going to get a little excited. Yeah, I don't blame you. Miguel Montero really starting to have himself a season. And this time, that'll be it for Samardzija. He's going to leave the ball game. I think he threw the ball better than what his final numbers are going to be. But when an offense is clicking, the way the Diamondbacks are clicking right now, it doesn't matter how long you're out there. They're going to get you eventually. And that's the case tonight.
And they got to Samardzija the second and third times around. Well, they've scored 2. They've got a runner at third when we come back. They lead the Cubs 5-1 here in the 6th. APS, the official power partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And here is tonight's APS Energy Assist. Your energy savings play could put you in the D-backs dugout. Take the challenge at aps.com/energy-all-star. Well, Jeff Samardzij's night comes to an end. A little Randy Johnson look there, isn't it? With the long hair and just a facial look.
Yeah, just not quite the Randy Johnson results.
No. He goes 5+ tonight. Gives up 5. 7 hits. Cubs bring the infield in now with Chris Young at the plate against Sean Camp, the right-hander. And a foul out of play. This is a big at bat for Chris. He's trying to get it going. And, sometimes, Gracie, you get a run batted in here in this situation, and maybe that'll spur you on.
And Sean Camp, he's a tough cookie. He's got that frisbee breaking ball that we just saw, along with about 92 miles an hour worth of fastball. This guy can be uncomfortable for right-handed hitters. There's that breaking ball again for strike 2.
So 2 quick strikes here. There's David DeJesus. He came into the double switch as he took over for Joe Mather, who made the last out of the 6th inning. So he'll be in the pitcher's spot. Bats second when the Cubs hit in the 7th. 0-2 count here on Young. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Chris's struggles continue. That's the first out of the inning now. And Ryan Roberts will be at the plate.
Which I would imagine would lead to an intentional walk. Although Josh Bell has got a bat and he's come on deck.
I think I just saw Soto hold up 4 fingers. Nope, I did not.
Well, I think they just saw Chris Young get pretty much schooled by that Camp breaking ball. 3 straight breaking balls. Now, if you're Roberts, you got to look for it, don't you? There, oh baby, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, I think
That's
he got
what I'm
away
talking
with a mistake there.
If you're watching the hitter in front of you, you see he's throwing nothing but breaking ball. Go ahead and just sit on it and whack it. That would have been a good one to hit right there.
Montero 2-run triple. The 2 walks came back to Hart Samardzij. And now a swing and a foul by Roberts. He's in the hole very quickly. 0-2. Well, you want to get that other run in here. Montero third. Make it a 6-1 lead. Get it beyond grand slam distance. Maybe just drive it in 2. He now has 40 runs batted in the year. Roberts back past the pitcher to the second baseman, though. And on to first as Montero had to hold at third, and that's the second out of the inning. And the Camp 2/3 of the way getting out of this without that runner coming in from third. And here is Josh Bell, who's going to come up and pinch hit bat for Ziegler, who did a yeoman's job work tonight. 2 solid innings in relief.
He was terrific. Got out of a little bit of a scrape in the 5th inning and then just had a dominating 6th inning. And what that does, you get these guys, get these hot hitters back in the dugout, get them swinging right where they're comfortable, swinging the bat in the batter's box.
See Bell's seasonal numbers. That 1 home run, though, that was a blast way outside ball 1. Josh, as a pinch hitter, has gone 1 for 6 without a run batted in. There's a high fly ball into left center. Going to stay in the yard. DeJesus and Soriano. DeJesus calls off Soriano at the very last second. Makes the catch. But 2 walks and a triple. Diamondbacks add 2 to their lead. They're up 5-1. Summary brought to you by Infinity. Joe Saunders couldn't answer the bell tonight. Couldn't
That's
get
the
loose.
bad news.
Yep, he had to leave. And the Diamondbacks offense got into gear, trailing 1-0. Jason KUBEL, 2-run homer in the 4th inning, his 9th. Aaron Hill, an RBI single in the 5th. That made it 3-1 Diamondbacks. Scoring Brad Ziegler. And then Miguel Montero with his triple into right in the 6th inning. They played a couple of guys, KUBEL and Goldschmidt, who had walked. Only 2 walks of the night for Samardzija. But he gives up 5, and the Diamondbacks have a 5-1 lead as we enter the 7th. And now the Diamondbacks bring on Craig Breslow to face Valbuena and then DeJesus to start the inning. Well, this worked out pretty well. Left-hander on against the left-handed hitters. First 2 in the order.
Yeah, all these left-handed hitters, because of the lineup put out by Dale Swain, was what he thought was going to be out against a left-handed starter in Saunders, but Saunders couldn't answer the bell, couldn't get loose in the bullpen. Josh Coleman got a whole bunch of right-handers to face, and now Breslow facing a bench full of left-handers.
Breslow making his 29th appearance, and that's laced down the left field line, and it's a fair ball into the left field corner. KUBEL up with it. And Valbuena is into second with a leadoff double to start the 7th for Chicago. And that figures he couldn't hit the right-hander, but he hits the lefty, right?
Baseball doesn't make sense. No. Fastball down, and he just swats it the other way. Nice piece of hitting there by Valbuena.
Here's David DeJesus, who used to play right field for the Cubs, but has been shifting over to center now. And Brian LaHare, who had played at first base, has been getting a little time in right field as they try and make way for Anthony Rizzo, their power-hitting first baseman, who's already hit 23 home runs this year at AAA. And it might be.
That's kind of what Rizzo's done in his minor league career, hadn't he? Lights up the minor leagues, but he really struggled with San Diego last year when he got the opportunity to play.
He originally came over from Boston to San Diego on the Adrian Gonzalez deal, and things didn't work out there. And Theo Epstein had him in Boston and got him back when he came over to Chicago and the Cubs. There's a high fly ball, shallow right, long run for Upton, and Justin makes the catch. Nice play, and he fires it back into the infield on a perfect throw to third.
Well, Justin having a nice ball game out there in right field.
A lot of energy there tonight.
Yeah, he had to go a long ways for that high pop up. Good communication. I got it, I got it, I got it. All you young kids at home, one I got it's not enough.
No.
Give those other fielders about 3 I got it's, and you don't need to whisper. You're outdoors. Go ahead. I got it. I got it. I got it. And they will get out of the way, and that's going to make it a lot easier on you to make that play.
You and Sandberg had pretty good communication that way?
Oh, yeah. Well, I only had to run into Andre Dawson and Sammy Sosa one time going out to right field before I learned quickly I better scream really loud if I've got it.
Here's Reed Johnson now. On a strike on the outside corner for Craig Breslow. Breslow's given up 10 earned runs in 30 innings. He struck out 25, walked 10. He was picked up in that trade with Oakland. And pitch into the dirt. Boy, the Diamondbacks defense has been absolutely solid. They are #1 right now in the National League. They've only made 32 errors all year.
And then you put that on top of the Montero numbers for caught stealing, and that just adds to so much good defense. That's why they're starting to make a surge. That's why they're starting to make some noise in the National League West. Dodgers starting to come back to the pack a little bit.
Yeah.
Being swept in Oakland.
And they're trailing tonight. The Dodgers had a lead at one time. They're down 6-5 to the Angels tonight on Anaheim. There's a ground ball to short. That one will have to stay at second. Bloomquist to GOLDSCHMIDT for out number 2. Well, let's get Matt Williams, Geico quote of the game, talking about the Diamondback defense.
It's preparation and taking it seriously. You know, we do a lot of scouting on where to play guys. We do a lot of scouting on tendencies of other teams and players, and then take into account our pitching staff as well. So all of that combined, and some good athletes and some guys that really want to excel defensively, you know, it helps.
Boy, did he hit that right on the head. That exactly what he said. You've got to want to excel defensively. There's a lot of players, Greg, that are more than happy and satisfied when they're driving in runs and in the batter's box. That's where their happiness is. But boy, when you can take that happiness with a glove on your hand, that's when all of a sudden you put together a good defensive ball club.
Well, I think they take a lot of pride. They work out here. You'll see them take an infield. Not during batting practice. They'll field their balls, they'll field their fly balls, but they'll come out well before batting practice, Gracie, and take infield. They'll take outfield. Not every day, but they'll do it on each homestand, and they'll work on some different things, maybe cutoff plays or throws to the plate or cutoff throws. We saw them today working on their base running.
Working on their base running. It's something different every time. I saw Ryan Roberts and Josh Bell out taking early ground balls at about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Henry Blanco was out the other day working on his throws to second base. Henry Blanco.
I love that. And it's just, here's a 40-year-old man out there getting early work. Ryan Roberts, Josh Bell trying to get better out there.
Aaron Hill has been spectacular at second base. And there's some of the coaching staff. There's a shot to center. Young charges, base hit. They're going to have to hold the runner at third. Diamondbacks caught a break. That ball was hit so hard that Balbuena had to be held up at third base by Pat Listash over there. But now all of a sudden you've got 2 men on, and you got Soriano coming to the plate, and he will not face a left-hander. Gibby looking to the bullpen, and he wants a right-hander to come in here.
That ball was hit so hard. A nice job by Young coming in, hitting the cutoff man, charging it quickly. You know, that's the throwing shoulder that he separated. It's starting to get a little bit better.
So let's go to break here. Brian Shaw will come in, and he'll try and snuff out this Cubs rally. 5-0 Diamondbacks in the 7th, but 2 on for Chicago when we come back. But one of the 16 interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home game for your chance to win.
All of a sudden, this kind of becomes a big moment in the ball game. You've got a guy that is homering a lot in the last 3 weeks, facing Brian Shaw now, and the on deck circle stands the tying run. You want to keep this at a comfortable distance. It is imperative Brian Shaw find a way to retire the dangerous Alfonso Soriano.
He's at 13 home runs in the year and a strike. Soriano 1 for his last 13 with runners in scoring position. Shaw had a little period of time where he was not quite as effective as he was earlier on, but his last 7 games a 1.23 ERA. Runners at first and third here, and that's another strike, and it's 0-2.
Boy, that is a perfect cut fastball right to the inside corner. That one just locked up Soriano. Bang, right to the inside corner. Pretty pitch.
He's got him set up on an 0-2 count. 2 on and 2 out here. 5-1. Diamondbacks in the top of the 7th. Oh, he almost had him chasing. Held up in time. 1-2 on deck. Baker. Breslow went 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits. He's responsible for the 2 base runners, which Shaw's inherited. One-two count on Alfonso Soriano, and a foul backhand out of play. Here's Steve Breslow. He was the 3rd pitcher used tonight by the Diamondbacks. Shaw being number 4 again. He just happened to get home and tune in. Josh Colemeter started for Joe Saunders tonight. Joe went out to loosen up, couldn't get loose. So Josh gave the Diamondbacks 4 solid innings. 2 innings for Brad Ziegler. And now this inning, Breslow and Shaw were in the 7th. And a foul again by Soriano. He's fighting off those.
I'll tell you what, he let that one fly, did Brian Shaw. 95 miles an hour at the belt. Somehow, some way, Soriano got to this one. That's a pretty doggone good pitch there. That's one usually that Soriano will miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And now time is called. And that's upset Soriano. As Montero runs to the mound, I think he wanted to see the next pitch come. He kind of just hit his bat on the ground. And Miggy and Shaw get together and talk about it. Conversation breaks up fast. And the fans, big crowd here tonight, making some noise. Big moment of the game, as Gracie said, 5-1 lead, but the power hitting Soriano at the plate. He could make this a game real quick. Here's Shaw stepping off. Shaw will do that a lot.
Yeah, probably just some indecision right there. I think he realizes there's no way Castro's going to get thrown out here and into possible big inning.
Here's a 1-2. And a shot to center is going to be caught by Young on the run. Chris got a great break on it. Flagged it down before it could fall in free. And that leadoff double is wasted. Cubs lead 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. 5-1 Diamondbacks.
here on the 4th of July when the Diamondbacks host the San Diego Padres. The first 20,000 fans, they're going to get a 4th of July t-shirt courtesy of Ram Trucks. Then, following the game, going to open the roof for a post-game fireworks spectacular courtesy of Gila River Casinos. Call now 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/tickets. I can't wait for the 4th of July. That's always one of my favorite holidays. Is it a holiday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love
absolutely.
it. I love it. We got
company up here.
Yeah, what's going on, Joe Borowski?
Hey, it's great to
How
join
are
you
man?
guys. I'm doing good. 5-1. How can't you be?
Yeah.
What have you liked specifically tonight, Joe?
I'll tell you what. I thought the Diamondbacks, after Saunders couldn't make a start, collectively what they've done so far is outstanding. You got 5 minutes notice. Starting pitcher's not going to start. Coleman comes in and throws fantastic.
Did that ever happen to you in your career?
I personally never had to come in that early in the game to replace the starter,
Right.
but I've been in games where that's happened, and you see mixed results. Sometimes you don't even have time to think about it, so you're just going out there, and it's like you're coming in the 6th or 7th inning, but it's tough sometimes for pitchers when they can't prepare for going through a lineup more than once or twice.
It looked like Josh kind of fought his command here and there, and then he'd lock it right back down. See, it almost to me like he pitched in spurts, but he did a heck of a job. Four innings of 1-run ball. You're loving that if you're Kirk Gibson.
Absolutely,
I would imagine.
you couldn't ask for more from Coleman, and yeah, you definitely saw where his fastball he didn't have very good command because honestly, Gracie, he had to get ready so quick. He didn't have time to work the inside and outside down in the pen. But I'll tell you one thing. He stepped up when he needed to when guys were in scoring position.
How about Brad Ziegler? He's our APS Energy All-Star.
I'll tell you right now, he's not even thinking about the 2 innings he pitched. He's thinking about his base hit.
See? I knew you'd come around my way of thinking one of these days, Joe. Scored his first big league run as well, and then he put 2 zeros on the board right behind Cole Mentor. And these Diamondback pitchers have pieced it together nicely tonight.
Yeah, Ziegler came in and he did a good job of working ahead, and you know when he gets ahead of you, you're going to see that frisbee slider, and he had a real good bite to it today.
You know, Gibby all the time talks about utilizing that 25-man roster. He said, you never know what you're going to need, and tonight was one of those nights.
Every day presents a new challenge, and you have to be ready for each of them, and that's why you preach so much of being ready, because you never know when your name's going to be called to get out there and help the team.
Ira Asensio walked Bloomquist, but now the fly ball to deep center field, and Bloomquist going to second, and he'll hustle in on a nice breathe. Willie saw the depth of that ball and where it was going out toward the pool area, and he got about halfway to second, and he ran back to first base to tag and advance.
You're almost shocked anymore when a fly ball goes off of Aaron Hill's bat and it doesn't go over the wall or off the wall, but it's deep enough. And as you said, a good read by Willie Bloomquist. He saw DeJesus's momentum going away from second base, so he decided to scamper into second. That's a good heads-up veteran play right there by Willie Bloomquist. Now he's in scoring position for Justin Upton and or Jason KUBEL.
And Upton's had some pretty good swings tonight, including a hit on a run scored. And he'll take one in there for a strike. Seeing a lot of things right now going right for the Diamondbacks. That read right there by Bloomquist. You know, you get your bullpen tonight. You get Coleman doing his job. They're starting to get that groove where they might be on quite a run here.
They
Get
are
ready for one.
And the one thing that's impressive is, Gracie, like you were saying earlier, it's not 1 or 2 guys right now. It's 4 or 5 guys who are starting to swing the bat really well, and that's how you put extended winning streaks together. And it's good to see. And the funny thing is, when things start going well, you're starting to see the little things happen too. Guys are taking that base right there. Aaron Hill makes an out, but it's a productive out because now Willie Bloomquist is in scoring position.
And also, I think what you've seen when a team starts to get on an offensive roll, all of a sudden, earlier in the year, it looked like guys wanted no parts. That ball's driven to right center field.
Look at that ball fly out there. DeJesus out over. Can't get it. Bounces into the pool. That'll be a ground pool double. And then the score is Willie Bloomquist. And it's a 6-1 Diamondback lead.
DeJesus took a face plant right up against the wall out there. I guess he's okay. But these were situations where these Diamondbacks, it seemed like early in the year, they wanted no part of the at-bat with runners in scoring position. Now it looks like they're pulling hamstrings to get to the bat rack in these situations. 0-2 fastball. Justin Upton It's in a long, long ways. One bounce. Look at the effort from DeJesus. You got to appreciate that. Into the pool area it goes, and that's a ground rule double. And how about the tag up going to second?
Yeah.
That provided a run right there.
Otherwise, that runner's at third base.
That's exactly right. So it might not show up in the box score tomorrow, but that's a heads-up veteran play by Willie Bloomquist. And that just sent Asensio to the showers.
Now we'll take a break here. Upton and RBI. He's had 2 hits tonight. Diamondbacks extend their lead to 6-1. We're back in a moment. The trade presented by Ram Trucks. Jason KUBEL's home run. This came in the 4th inning, an opposite field shot.
Well, that was pretty, wasn't it? Opposite field shot. The Diamondbacks have not looked back. They have now scored at least a run in 4 straight innings. And it was KUBEL's shot that kind of got him off the schneid and got that confidence going here once again at Chase Field.
They bring on the left-hander Scott Main to pitch to KUBEL. And it's outside ball 1. That doesn't bother KUBEL. He handles left-handers very well.
And that's the thing, Gracie. I don't know how you looked at it as a hitter, but as a pitcher, when you saw guys go in opposite field and hitting it that hard, you knew that they were getting locked in. And I'd rather see everybody personally try to pull everything.
Soriano's got a beat on this. Makes the hop, skip, and the catch. And Upton back to second base. 2 down in the inning. And here is Goldschmidt. Well,
you're going to give us some good news, aren't you?
6 runs for the Diamondbacks. That means Taco Bell giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow at participating locations. Everybody's going to be happy with that.
I know I am.
All these runs they're scoring, I've been getting some pretty good deals on dinner every night.
Well, and not only that, but we got a little bit later start for Saturday, so we got time to hit that 2-hour window.
Goldschmidt takes the ball inside. Diamondbacks now this being the 4th game, have scored 36 runs on this homestand.
This is a little more reminiscent of what we saw last year.
Yeah.
That stretch they went through where they really scuffled to score runs here.
It's almost as if they have rediscovered how good and well they can play here at home. You just got to peek at probably the hottest of many hot hitters, Aaron Hill, in that Diamondback dugout. As you said, Joe, I mean, it's not 1 or 2 guys, it's a whole bunch. Even if somebody has an off night, it doesn't matter because 4 or 5 other guys are carrying them.
What was your guys' take on General Manager Kevin Towers saying, hey, he thinks this is a playoff ball club? I personally love it.
I love that. I think he's right. I think they can get, Goldschmidt handles one foul. And we look at the board tonight, Dodgers are losing and the Giants are losing.
And there's 2 wild card spots this year. There's KT.
And we all know the games played between the lines, but on paper, I thought they improved from last year's team.
I agree. Adding Jason KUBEL, adding Trevor Cahill.
Sure.
Those guys have been good.
Goldschmidt held up.
Breslow's been a good addition to the bullpen.
No, it's not what we think. Ziegler came over late last season. So Montero's bat's starting to heat up.
Yeah, and Ziegler, he's invaluable because he seems like he could pitch every game.
And don't look now, but there might be a certain right fielder starting to catch fire too.
Could be that guy on the screen, yeah.
And if that man gets hot, he can carry a ball club on his own for weeks at a time.
I think that home run really got him going the other day, Joe. And there's a little extra pep in his step tonight.
You saw he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder after he hit that ball, and you could just see the ball starting to fly off. You want that from your quote unquote superstar, and if he does get hot, that's like making a trade in itself.
And you mentioned, we were talking during the break and the pitching change, that first base hit he got out to Soriano.
Oh, it was a bolt. It almost knocked him over.
So Upton 2 hits tonight, a run batted in, a run scored. Diamondbacks have plated 6. They've got 8 hits, made the most of them, and the only 2 walks given up by the Diamondbacks have received 3 walks, and they've all scored tonight.
There you
2
go.
of those from Samardzija. And that's a walk. We talked about Kevin Towers and the quote he had on Arizona Sports 620. I still believe it's a better club than it was last year. I'll stick my head out there, but we're going to make the playoffs. We got to run in this, and it's going to happen.
I like it. He believes.
Sure.
And we've listened to his manager, Kirk Gibson, say something to that effect. All year long, we got to keep pushing through it, keep pushing through it. It's good that your general manager does have your back if you're the manager of the ball club. Starting to see some results.
Well, don't look now, but Miguel Montero's got 40 runs batted in on the year. 19 this month. KUBEL leads the National League with 20 runs batted in this month. Montero's got 19. This is homestand. Here's another telling tale. This homestand, runners in scoring position. The Diamondbacks are hitting 406.
That'll equal a lot of victories right there.
Yeah, that's I'll tell you what, it makes our job a lot more fun too, doesn't it? We like talking about good baseball. Ooh, big rip from Miguel Montero. He gets a little jacked up in these situations.
He was probably entitled to that one. He's got a single and a triple tonight. First triple of the year, his 5th career triple.
Get some good numbers there at the bottom. Runners in scoring position, 340. Thank you very much.
29 of those 40 runs batted in.
Big hole up the middle, as you can see.
Runners take off and no throw. They pull off the double steal. Main one paying any attention. And Upton and Goldschmidt just take the base.
That's a great read by Upton right there. He watched a few pitches from the pitcher. He saw what his rhythm was, what his routine was going to the plate, and he just had an unbelievable jump right there.
For Upton, number 9. For Goldschmidt, number 7.
There's a lot of lucky kids. As that one's pulled foul in Virginia that are very lucky that Justin Upton wasn't a tailback. Because can you imagine being a safety or something, trying to tackle that young man on a sweep? I mean, he is a big kid with huge speed.
Yeah, his brother BJ's thin.
Yeah, well, he's much bigger than BJ.
Oh yeah, not. You can't make a comparison there. There's a pitch outside of Montero. Now another 3-2 count in this game. Boy, we've had a few of these, haven't we, Gracie?
Oh man, on both sides.
Yeah. Well, Biggie's got a couple of more RBIs out there for him. He can get them all. Upton and Goldschmidt, they just pulled off a double steal. Swing and a miss, strike him out. Joe Borowski looking forward to it after the ball game here. He got a lot to talk about.
I'm looking forward to talking to you guys.
All right, 6-1 Diamondbacks have the lead here as we head to the 8th inning at Chase Field. They lead the Cubs. Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Nissan. Get to Nissan now for great offers across our full lineup. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer now. And by Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Time now for our Nissan text poll. What would you most like to do? And it's kind of close. Got your home run ball 48%, first pitch 44%. Nobody wants to be on TV with as Gracie.
I was going to say, nobody wants to be next to us, huh?
9%. How old guys on TV? Diamondbacks cap, shirt. And a 6-1 Diamondbacks lead as Brian Shaw goes to work here against Steve Clevenger. And a strike. And Clevenger at the plate for the Cubs. He's in Baker's spot in the order. Soto on deck. Oh boy, that's a nasty pitch.
Filthy,
right
isn't it?
Yeah. You know, the guy in New York who's on the DL right now, out for the year, made a living at throwing one pitch. Mariano Rivera. And what a dandy he has. He's coming back. That's good to hear. He didn't want to go out that way.
I don't think anybody wants to.
And he keeps himself in such good shape, I guarantee he'll be ready to go when that arm is ready. Lifted down the left field line, twisting foul, and it goes foul.
Well, let me jump in here and remind everybody to be at Chase Field on Saturday, July 7th to get the D-backs Lucha Libre mask. This one-of-a-kind giveaway going to go to the first 15,000 fans at the Diamondbacks Dodger game. Call now for tickets, 602-514-8400. Log on to dbacks.com/tickets. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Remember Mil Mascaras?
Yep.
The famous Mexican wrestler, still a national hero down there in Mexico. Nobody's ever seen his face.
Ever.
Not even his wife.
2-2 count. And the pitch inside now, full from Shaw, so you don't want to go wasting any walks here to start the 8th inning of the ball game.
Yeah, you always hate to jump ahead 0-2 and end up putting somebody on base.
And that guy there has got the power to get one out. He hit one earlier tonight. There's a ground ball to third. Roberts had in position perfectly. And on to first for the out. One away. So Shaw's come in. He got the final out. He got Soriano on the fly ball to shallow center to win the 7th inning with 2 on. And gets the first man, Clevenger, here in the 8th inning. Soto is 2 for 3 tonight. Homer to the 4th inning, accounting for the Cubs' run. Again tomorrow night, Ian Kennedy, Paul Mahalem. Mahalem a lefty. There's a shot to right, but right at Upton, who's got it. And that's out number 2. Here's our Chevron upcoming schedule. We talked about tomorrow's starters. And of course being Ian Kennedy and Paul Mahalem. And 8.2 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. Got to 500 at 5-5. Has lost his last couple. With that last loss he picked up against the Angels was a tough one. In Anaheim on Sunday, only allowed 6 hits. There's Ian. Pitchers always have a baseball in their hand, don't they?
I don't know what he's doing with that baseball, but kind of looks like fun.
There's a shot to right. That'll sink and fall for a base hit for Darwin Barney. So a 2-out hit. He went the other way.
This one's up in the strike zone. He goes out over. Barney does a good job of just serving it over there to the right side and keeping the inning alive.
And now we're going to get our first look, Gracie, at a pretty good story for the Cubs this year. Brian LaHara, the left-handed hitting first baseman, now outfielder. He's going to pinch hit. This guy's put up some pretty good numbers. 13 home runs, hitting .290, 12 doubles. Brian LaHare.
Kind of an older rookie, wouldn't you say?
He's only gone 2 for 11 on this road trip.
He's got big power.
Takes it outside, ball 1. LaHare is 29 years old. Makes his hometown surprise. Used to play with Seattle. Played in 45 games back in 08. 20 games for the Cubs last year. He slices this one foul back and out of play.
That was a good cut fastball. That one ate up LaHare. That's how you have to attack these power hitters like Soriano, like LaHare. You have to stay right in on their fists and on their belly button. They want to get those big strong arms extended, and when they do, I mean, the ball just goes a long, long ways. When you make them have to bring those hands in close to their chest, they don't like that.
How many times have we talked about Albert Pujols does not like that ball in on him?
He does not like it at all.
There's a strike.
I remember, the greatest Diamondback hitter ever, Luis Gonzalez. He didn't like the ball in. He liked the ball out over. He loved it down and out over.
So LaHare with a 1-2 count against Shaw with a runner at first, 2 down. Wow, that ball almost got the corner.
Yeah, Shaw going to stay right in there on LaHare.
This kid reached base. Well, he's 29 years old, but really getting a chance to play for the first time on a regular basis in the big leagues. Reached base safely in 32 straight games from April 8th through May 15th. Longest streak, and he sinks one in here into left field for a base hit with 2 men out. So back-to-back hits with 2 out. But that streak, Gracie, the longest by a Cub first baseman since 1945. So you didn't get to 32 in a row.
Not even close.
Third baseman Luis Valbuena.
Tries to go inside. And he kind of went down the middle. Nice job by LaHare, just fighting it off.
So he gets a pinch hit, and that'll bring up Luis Valbuena, who struck out twice against Josh Coleman, and then facing the left-handed hitter, or pitcher, he being a left-handed hitter. He doubled off of Craig Breslow in the 7th inning. Now again, you got a little bit of a nervous moment here for the Diamondbacks in the 8th, 6-1 game. Cubs have left 8 runners on. They've actually out-hit the Diamondbacks tonight, 9-8.
Yeah, they've had plenty of opportunities. Coleman pitched out of a bases-loaded jam with 1 out in the 2nd inning. And there's a fast strike on the outside corner. Good pitch.
Cubs left the bases loaded, as Gracie said, in the 2nd inning. Left a man on in the 3rd. 2 on in the 5th. 2 on in the 7th. They've got 2 on and 2 out here as Del Swaim is hoping for a 2-out rally. And a big swing and a miss. Boy, this guy swings hard, doesn't he? Valbuena.
Sometimes maybe a little too hard for his own good.
1-2 now from Shaw. High and tight to him. Knocked him off the plate a little bit. David Hernandez up loosely for the Diamondbacks in the bullpen. The Diamondbacks have used Coleman, Ziegler, Breslow, and Shaw. They got 2 innings out of Ziegler after Coleman came on. When Joe Saunders could not answer the bell, couldn't get loose, Coleman started, went 4. Inside into the dirt, and they'll skip by Montero. The runners will advance to 2nd and 3rd in the wild pitch. Well, this started off as a pretty easy inning for Shaw, but 2 hits and now a wild pitch, and the Cubs with a chance to really cut into this lead.
And that was a wild one, all right. Now a base hit's going to get these Cubs a lot closer. Well, once again, a big pitch here for Brian Shaw. He ended up retiring Alfonso Soriano with a couple guys on the last inning. Now he's going to have to do the same here.
I really do not think that Valbuena wants to walk here. He's walked 1 time in 26 at-bats since joining the Cubs. Let's see if Shaw can get him to chase or just blow one by him. Pops it up, foul back and out of play. David DeJesus, who came in at a double switch a couple innings ago, is back into the on-deck circle. He would bat next. That's why getting this out is so important here. Things could really get interesting if you get to that next hit. Shaw takes a deep breath.
Got to make him beat you with the bat. If he beats you with the bat, you can live with that. But you hate to see a walk here in this situation.
The 3-2 pitch coming. He walked him, ball 4. Now they're loaded. Well, again, this inning started so routinely with 2 outs. But then Barney jumped a single to right field. LaHair went the other way and singled to left. And now walk to Valbuena, only a second walk and 27 plate appearances. Montero went to the mound for a visit. Here comes Gibby. Looks like we'll get Hernandez here. Yep, there's a call.
Make the move.
So Shaw ends up going an inning. He got the final out of the 7th. Now Hernandez will try and bail him out of this bases loaded 2-out jam here in the 8th. So we'll take a break in the action. Diamondbacks lead 6-1, but a precarious situation staring at them when we return here at Chase Field. Two out here in the 8th, but he's loaded the bases, and those bases are filled full of Cubs runners. Barney, LaHair, and Valbuena. And the hitter is going to be David DeJesus, and the man he's going to face is David Hernandez. Hernandez on here. This is his 33rd appearance. You see what he's done in the first 32. Struggled some here in the month of June. After pretty good April and May outings, he throws ball 1, 2 to Jesus. He's hit 2 home runs this year. Driven in 21. This really becomes a sticky situation now.
All is well. If you find a way to retire David DeJesus, you start finding ways to get deeper and deeper into this inning, then it really becomes nasty.
And then ball misses low and in, 2-0 the count. Cubs rallying here with 2 men out. A single to right by Barney. Single to left by the pitcher to LaHair. And then Valbuena on a 3-2 pitch walking to load him up. And that brought Kirk Gibson out. He relieves Shaw with Hernandez, who's fallen behind 2-0. There's a good strike, 2-1. 94-mile-per-hour heater. Top of the order due up next. So David DeJesus going to buy around the block a little bit now. Ground ball hit to second, right at Hill. He's gathers it up, throws him out. Boy, the Cubs have now left 11 on base tonight. They've scored only 1 through 8. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-1 defense. baseball's greatest stars battle for home field advantage in the Fall Classic. The road to the World Series begins with the 2012 MLB All-Star Game, Tuesday, July 10th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Fox. Pretty good stars right there in that photo. In Kansas City.
Good spot to have. Beautiful ballpark. Good baseball town.
Well, a year ago, we were getting excited, weren't we, for the All-Star Game?
That was fun.
Diamondbacks come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th, leading by 5. And it'll be Chris Young, Ryan Roberts, and then the pitcher's spot. And Casey Coleman is on for Chicago. And it's good to see him out there. In his last outing against the White Sox, he was struck by a broken bat that got him pretty good, but he's out there pitching. And Young fights that one off and fouls it over the first base dugout of the Cubs. Steve Clevenger at first base for Chicago. Diamondbacks actually been out hitting this game, but they've made the most of those hits and their opportunities. Cubs have left 11 runners on base tonight.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks have gotten the big hits when they've needed them.
And unbelievable pitching tonight when you had to piece this one together with a substitute starter as Young takes a strike.
Well, and that's the thing. Because of Joe Saunders not being able to go to the post, now you're going to have a very thin bullpen the rest of this series. Not only tomorrow, but the next day as well. So it'll be imperative for tomorrow's starter and Sunday's starter to try to go as deep as possible.
Nice catch by that fan over there. It was a foul out. Out of play, but caught. And that'll be those two guys. Wade Miley in the front there. And Ian Kennedy right behind it. Full count on Chris. Wade likes to see CY put together a nice game, get maybe 2 or 3 hits and drive the ball. Maybe that'd get him going. And a foul. And there's no hotter hitter in the National League outside of Matt Kemp than Chris Young when this season started.
And only fitting he injured it making a spectacular grab up against the wall in left center field here.
And
those are the few crummy parts of this game. Yeah. Injuries aren't biased. They happen to everybody except Cal Ripken.
Well, he even played through some injuries, but he stayed in there every game. Young, a pop foul back and out of play. Now he's put a pretty good bat on Coleman here. Let's see if he can finish it off. This is the 10th pitch, I believe, with the at bat coming up here. Mero Montero had a 12-pitch at bat on the last road trip, or excuse me, on this homestand. Ended up getting a hit on it. Swing and a miss. Young down on strikes. Struck out for the 3rd time tonight. 0 for 4, 1 out in the inning. Well, you see the last 13 games, what the Diamondbacks have done after really struggling through that 1-9 stretch here at home. But look at the run total. They went from 3.4 runs per ball game to 7.
Golly.
And look at the home runs and the walks. Every number.
Yeah, it's all intertwined. There's no question. And hitting is it's become a baseball cliche now. Hitting is contagious. And once a couple of guys get hot, it's like everybody else wants a piece of that pie too. Man, I want to get hot too.
First grounds one to short. Castro stayed back, and now he bluffs it and throws him out. And 2 quick outs. So the 7 and 8 hitters tonight held in check. Young and Roberts both 0 for 4. And now David Hernandez will bat. Well, it's 2 pitchers tonight. Relievers that have got a chance to take in at bat. We're talking about Ziegler, who got a hit and scored his first big league hit, scored his first big league run. And now Hernandez, who takes a strike. I don't recall David batting last year, but he may have. That's not batted this year. That's strike 2. Yeah, he's had 3 major league at bats.
Look,
I'll be darned. He got a hit. Well, the bullpen guys have been watching these starting pitchers get hits. And look at it. Cahill, Hudson, Miley, and Kennedy.
You never see that man smile. He's having trouble containing it. David Hernandez is one of the most stoic guys. Yeah, good for him.
And we just threw the fictitious ball into the seats now.
Oh, we are seeing some firsts tonight. Ziegler, now Hernandez, exactly. How about that? David Hernandez takes a breaking ball, just swats it the other way.
And Gracie, what was the count?
0-2. Both the hits have been 0-2. You're right.
It's a strength to Willie Bloomquist.
These guys, what's so hard about this hitting stuff? Us pitchers can do it too.
He's out of breath though now.
Better not be.
Willie's been on twice tonight with a single and a walk and a run scored. And he shoots this one through the right side.
Stay at second there, David. Attaboy.
Willie's so good at that. I mean, if they give him that side, he gets a pitch he can handle. He just drives it through. So 2 on here.
There's David's hit again. Right out there in right field. The pitching staff erupting.
Miley's got 10 hits on the year. Well, here's Hill. He could really put this one away, couldn't he? Let Hernandez trot. Takes a strike. Gonna call anything here, Grayson?
No. No.
One and done? Is that what you said?
I think I went to the well that one time. I'm afraid to go back.
Chopper back toward the middle, but right at Barney at the bag. It's something that'll do it. Diamondbacks get 2 hits with 2 outs. They'll leave them. We'll head to the 9th. Diamondbacks 3 outs away from a win, getting back to 500. Maybe gaining ground of both the Dodgers and Giants. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 6-1 D-backs. The ball game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Joe Saunders had to leave tonight before he even could take them out. He couldn't get loose, so Josh Colemanter rushed to the bullpen, got as loose as he possibly could, and he got the job done with 4 innings of solid baseball, allowing only 1 run. He punched out 6, and although he will not get credited with the victory, I guarantee you that Kirk Gibson will mention him probably first when he visits with the media after the ball game.
I think that's a crummy rule that the guy that went 4 innings,
especially in a situation
like that. I think that needs to be changed somehow. It's going to be Ziegler that if the Diamondbacks get these next 3 outs,
but Josh
that'll be credited with the win.
Saved the day.
I agree, and I thought Ziegler was equally terrific. I still think right there that Josh Colemanter deserves the W in this situation.
Reed Johnson leads it off top of the order here against David Hernandez in the 9th. Breaking pitch just misses inside 1-1. Hernandez came on and got the final out to Jesus to ground out with the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Reed Johnson tonight has a bunt hit. Ooh, just missed again inside. 2-1. Castro and Soriano will follow. Again, the Ian Kennedy bobblehead giveaway tomorrow night, so hope to see you out here. 34,654 here tonight, Gracie. How about that crowd?
Great crowd. Not a good crowd, a great crowd. Nice going, all you D-back fans.
Swing and a ball up.
Moses.
In the end.
That ball almost hit him in the neck.
2-2
and he took a full swing at it.
Fortunately, Gary Darling says it buzzed by his neck and missed him.
I was going to say, most of us hitters are diving out of the way of that thing. Reed Johnson took a full whack at it.
2-2 the count. Oh, look at that. That's not fair, is it?
It's not. It's not. And Reed Johnson, that's his 3rd K of the ball game. Beautiful curveball. You're expecting 97 miles an hour from David Hernandez, and he breaks out that beautiful breaking ball and just takes all the fun out of it as a hitter.
That is 10 strikeouts tonight for Diamondback pitching. And the bullpen has been absolutely terrific here tonight in relief of Coleman, who was great through 4 innings. There's a shot to second. Oh, what a play by Hill. Gets that, throws him out. There's some of that D.
It's not
Aaron Hill, spectacular.
It's just not surprising anymore, is it, for him? He is having some kind of month of June.
These Diamondbacks are having a lot of fun playing the game baseball right now. They're playing it so very well.
Bullet to the backhand on the short hop, and then a perfect toss over. You see, watch Castro's frustration as he goes by the bag. Golly. Oh, just wants to slam that helmet. Now all these folks, they're on their feet looking for that last out of this ball game. Very well played ball game by the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Soriano at the plate. Breaking ball, strike 0-1. Diamondbacks look at that scoreboard too. They see the Dodgers trailing the Angels 8-5 in the 7th inning, and Oakland leading the Giants 3-1 in the 8th. They got a chance to pull to within 6.5 of the Dodgers and pull to within 2.5 of the San Francisco Giants. Swinging strike 2. Be a good night of baseball for the D-backs.
He wants the hook.
On outside. Hernandez trying to end it here. 1-2 on Soriano. 6-1 Diamondbacks in the 9th. Here's the pitch. High and outside. He did that one up to 96 miles per hour. Soriano has a double tonight in the walk. The 2-2 from Hernandez is high. 3-2 now.
Overthrew that one a little bit, just didn't finish. Soriano saying not so fast.
Diamondbacks have 6 runs on 10 hits. Cubs 1 run on 9 hits. They've left 11. We're ready. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the 9th and a high pop fly center field. Young says he's got it. He does. Diamondbacks win it. How about that one, Gracie? 6-1. They beat the Cubs.
Very impressive. Kurt Gibson and his boys have a lot to be proud of. Their starting pitcher couldn't get loose in the bullpen. Diamondback bullpen pieced it together, starting with Josh Coleman, and they got plenty of big hits. Once again, KUBEL a home run. And Kurt Gibson slowly but surely getting these boys to start believing in themselves again. And that's the goal after every game, folks. High fives and handshakes.
So the Diamondbacks won it 6-1. Let's check in right now. D-backs Live coming up, presented by CenturyLink. Let's send it out to Todd Walsh and Joe Borowski. What's coming up, guys?
All right, thanks a lot, Greg and Mark. Stand by because you're a part of the festivities. I thought Mark Grace summed it up best. The bullpen pieced it together. That's the story, isn't it?
It just goes to show you how mentally prepared you have to be ready for a game. You could come here as a reliever and end up a starting pitcher.
All right, well, we hope to talk to that guy, Josh Colementor, live here on Diamondbacks Live, as well as hear from other participants. The Diamondbacks manager, Kirk Gibson, will break it all down coming up in a matter of moments. So, Greg, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Todd and Gracie, the Diamondbacks go over 500 on the road, at home, excuse me. Now 11-3 after that rough go, but here we go. You know, they're 500 overall and a chance to gain. For Mark Grace, I'm Greg Schulte. Diamondbacks Live coming up next. Diamondbacks win it. They beat the Cubs 6-1.